This is a HeadGum podcast.
All right, Zenith, here's the thing. We got to get in on the console market. I mean, like, everyone who's getting in there is making money hand over fist. Yeah. It's the late 1980s. We're about to go into the 1990s. We got to have our own game console. We can't just see the entire market to SNK and to Nintendo and to Atari and to Sega. We got to get in there.
No, yeah, I'm hearing that Sony is starting to want to get into this market too. So I've
heard Microsoft is thinking about doing a console. We gotta beat them to the punch.
We gotta beat them.
Let's go Zenith.
Yeah, let's go Zenith.
Yeah, let's go Zenith. That's the spirit of it, Dougette.
Oh, thank you very much. I don't know if you guys have system names yet lined up. I think just the Zenith Z is cool. Like, hey, you got a Z in your house? That's pretty good.
Great.
That's pretty good, right?
What people know about
really good.
What people know about Zenith is the Z.
Yeah,
it's the strongest association.
It's a big bright Z on the cover of the system.
I love it.
Yeah. Like you can use a sort of a formatted branding across all of your game cartridges or your CDs or whatever. You guys talked about formats yet?
Yeah, well, that's the big thing. If we're brainstorming a console, we got to figure out what the hardware specifications are, and notably, what the game delivery format is going to be.
When you think of games, what is the thing that comes to mind? It's software.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what holds the games.
Yeah.
But why are all of the formats hard as rocks?
You make a lot of sense, Dougette.
I'm not quite sure on the etymology there. You got me.
I would like to propose, those snakes that you can't hold because they keep slipping in between your hands.
So they're sort of they're sort of like gel-filled tubes.
Yeah, gel-filled tube. So imagine if you take out of the box, that's your game, and you don't even have to put it into the system because the system's down below you. It just goes right in because it's a sort of a wet tube.
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm picturing here. So your set-top box, which we know in most homes. From our research, lives on the home entertainment system, like in the living room.
Absolutely.
So someone is going to...
And it's the Zenith Z.
The Zenith Z. So someone is standing in front of their Zenith TV hooked up to a Zenith Z. That's great brand synergy.
Now that is the American dream.
And they are holding
so you got
a wet snake?
The slot is like if you took a Coke can and you cut off the top, so it's a round slot.
Yes.
And then you got your snake and you drop it in. Bam! You're playing with Z.
Okay, that's one idea. I could see it being maybe a little bit cumbersome. Hey, hold on.
I came in here with my top tier ideas and you said yes all the way. You said Zenith Z. Branding is good. And then you just shit on my idea about a tube.
No, I didn't.
I don't know why you had to do that to me. Do you have any idea how many jobs I've had?
Dougette, that's not fair.
I've had so many jobs.
I like the Zenith Z. I think that's a great pitch.
Fucking go for the tube.
Be what we go with. First idea, best idea might be.
Go for the tube.
Dougette, hold on. Just calm down for a second.
You're getting defensive. You're getting hostile.
Yeah.
You can't just yell, go for the tube at us.
You can't, and
when
you
you propose dropping a wet snake from a certain height.
I'm pregnant.
Oh my God, Dougette, that's amazing.
Congratulations.
I'm pregnant.
Do you need to step away for a moment? Do you need some time to gather yourself?
All over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Let me just pitch another idea. We could have a
insensitive.
Sorry, I was trying to get around what was going on.
Okay.
We could have a rectangular piece of hard plastic with a circuit board inside and some pin connectors that go into a top-loading slot.
But the consumer's confused because they're like, what is it, hardware or software?
Well, I think they're just used to that being how game systems work.
Why can't the game bend? I need this to go. I need this to go forward. My baby needs money. I need to get an education for the baby.
I hate to be taking away money from your baby, but I think I've solved it.
Yeah.
So it's a gun shape.
Okay.
And you jam the gun into the console and you pull the trigger and then the game starts.
Oh, man, I'm going to lose my job. That's so good.
It is really good.
That's awesome.
And is it like the game is a bullet?
That's
no, it's like a wet tube.
Now we're talking Zenith Z. Bang!
We blow dust out of our cartridges and debate CD-ROMs versus GD-ROMs as we make our tier list of game formats, mediums, what do you call these? This week on Get Played.
Welcome to Get Played, your one-stop show for good games, bad games, and every game in between. It's time to get played. I'm your host, HAC, along with my fellow host, Tiger Wiger.
That's me, Tiger Wiger, along with our third host, the finisher, the Xbox kid, Mr. Games, Matt Apodaca.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the premier video game podcast, where this week we are talking about formats.
Formats, game mediums, boy, has, a topic that is sadly no longer really relevant as everything has switched to digital distribution.
Untrue.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Formats. That's like 3 more me's.
Let's go.
It is like 3 more U's.
Yeah, I'm one.
Yeah, you're one of them.
I'm one Matt.
It's also every Kingdom Hearts game.
Format.
That's true. That's for me.
Yeah.
God, is there one of them that's not for me? No, I even like the card one. The card one's great.
Nice. Like to hear it.
We'll get into it.
Chain of Memories, it's called.
We'll get into game formats, game mediums, game delivery
It's for the Game Boy
devices.
Advance. I played it.
The back when software was a physical medium, and the different types that existed, and which ones are best, which ones reign supreme. That's what we're going to decide today.
I gotta just say something real
Yeah.
quick.
What?
We were trying to figure out what to do for this week's episode.
Yeah.
I sort of pitched this as I don't know, this. And then immediately was like, this kind of seems a little crazy.
No.
That's maybe too much. And then you both were like, no, that's the show.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
That's what
We're
we
doing
do.
the right thing. This is the right topic.
Yeah, that's the show.
Yeah.
And then when you guys said that, I couldn't disagree because that is the show. That's right.
That is the show, and that is today's show
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
Do you think that the listeners can tell that I'm wearing sunglasses?
You do sound cool.
Yeah, you do sound like you're wearing sunglasses.
I feel more confident.
Yeah, that's cool.
I feel more aggressive.
I wish I had my sunnies on me. I have my regular reading glasses, and gosh darn it, I feel like a freaking dork, a nerd.
I may have to shift to regular glasses when we're looking at the screen for the formats.
Yeah.
Because these are awfully dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look cool.
They do
Thank you
look
so
cool.
much. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting sunglasses energy from you, but also I can see you're wearing sunglasses. But I do feel like it's coming across in your performance.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love to hear it.
You're like flexing really hard.
I feel flexed.
You think people can tell I'm wearing a hat? Because I feel like I don't normally wear a hat when we do the podcast. You usually wear a hat.
I'm usually hatted, but you do it.
I've done it, but it's not an everyday thing.
No.
Most podcasts I'm hatless.
And I just feel like I got to point out it's a Hat Pack hat.
Yes,
from
that's right.
Our friends over at the Hollywood Handbook.
Our buddy Chef Kevin.
Yeah, Chef Kevin. I do have to point out.
Yeah.
There was a period of time in the recent past where Rochelle was engineering on behalf of Kevin Hollywood Handbook.
That's true. You were subbing in for Chef Kevin
And I'm not trying to start beef or nothing. I'm just pointing out what was said on the show. They asked Rochelle which show was her favorite to work on. She said our show, not theirs. And she could have easily said theirs to make them feel better.
Right.
But she invoked us. We weren't even in the room. And you know what? That feels nice.
I've been on
That's
that show.
loyalty.
It feels like you're on a sinking yacht.
You're on a sinking yacht, and you're like one of the last ones.
My experience being on that show is feeling like one of the pieces of hanging meat that Rocky punches.
I go to this well a lot, but I'm Sideshow Bob, and they're sentient rakes, and they're standing in front of Love those guys. They're great.
Hey, and I love you guys, and I have a little something for us
What
at the
the
top of the
heck?
show. That's
What the-
right.
Us guys?
I got my hands.
Wait, what? Us guys?
Yeah, us guys.
Not the
people in the
listener?
studio.
Wow.
No, I don't give a fuck about the listeners.
Oh, shit.
We love our listeners.
All
We
right.
do.
I got my hands on some MTG Final Fantasy booster packs. I have
Whoa!
one for each of us.
What?
I figured we could rip some packs here on the show.
Holy
so
shit!
there
Wow.
you go.
Holy shit! Give me the bottom one. Give me the
Okay,
that
good.
one.
You get the bottom one. So that means
Yes.
Ranch gets this one. Or Ranch,
Yes,
which one do you want?
Yes.
Left hand or right hand?
Right hand.
Okay.
How do we know what's worth money?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. But also, these are my now very, very first. I guess I have a Commander deck at home, but this is the first pack of Magic the Gathering cards I've ever opened.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I should have brought some sleeves. I apologize for that. But I trust us all to keep
It's
these
okay.
in
Heather's
good
got some
condition.
sleeves.
She sure does. We're talking about tattoo sleeves.
That's right.
All right, let's. How should we do this? Should we all open at once and just sort of show it, or should we go one at a time?
Let's go one at a time. I
Okay.
think.
All right, great.
Heather,
I'm terrified to damage the cards within. How do I do this without?
There's a little slit
Oh,
here.
there's
Do
a
you see that
little
little slit?
slit.
yeah.
Can
that's tough.
be your starter.
All right, so I pull this down. See again.
Did-
How
did-
do you do this without?
Does everyone's boosters have cloud on the front?
My,
Yeah.
They
my
all do,
booster has
okay.
cloud, and
Yeah.
let me tell you something. He's looking good.
Yeah, he looks
does
good
look
as hell.
All right. Here we go.
Okay,
Here
here we go.
we go.
This is
Here
exciting.
Yes.
we go.
This video is going to get 1 million views.
You think so?
Okay.
We're opening cards on the internet.
Well,
It's over.
don't they normally turn it over, and then you put this one behind,
That's something like that. Yeah.
and then
yeah.
you turn them over one at a time? I've watched some
Okay.
Yeah.
unboxing. So
Yeah.
we've got Warrior's Sword.
Okay.
Okay.
Show the camera.
Show the,
Oh, I got to show the camera. The camera. Warrior's Sword. Okay,
Wow.
this means nothing to me. I don't know who Warrior is. Then we've got Gigantode. Okay.
Fun.
That's pretty cool.
That's
That
pretty
is
fun.
cool.
Okay, great. Then we've got White Mage's Staff. That's a Final
Okay.
Fantasy
Okay,
reference.
cool.
I'll take that.
Wow.
Love the art on these.
Me too.
Yeah, very nice art.
We have 14 cards apiece. So.
Oh, Jesus,
yeah.
that's a lot. Oh, okay. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. Sorry, I went so. I didn't.
No, you're doing
realize-
great.
I'll do it this way. We've
That's
got
a lot more cards than I thought in a
ooh,
pack.
Magic Pot. Love
Love
Magic
that.
Pot.
I like that.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, buddy.
These are. This is delicate. Okay, we've got
We don't have time for
Fight
that.
On, which shows. I got Aerith and Tifa on the. No, who is this? I don't know. Aerith and somebody else. Yuffie.
Cool. Oh yeah, Yuffie.
Wow.
It's on the
Wow.
front of that art. Then I've got Realms Sketching. Okay, great.
Cool.
Okay, up next we've got Galoof's Final Act.
Wow.
Okay, I don't know if any of these are worth anything. Black Waltz number 3. I know that guy.
Hey,
Okay.
cool.
Okay, then this one was already backwards within the deck.
Oh,
The Lord Master of Hell.
what the heck?
Wow.
And on the back of it is the Emperor of Palmacia.
Whoa.
Okay.
That seems cool.
Wait, is that a two-sided card?
It's a two-sided
two-sided
card.
Huh.
Interesting. I've never seen that before.
I haven't either. But it's got blue and red, so I assume that it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got another two-sided card here called
Whoa.
Trance Kuja Fate Defied and Kuja Genome Sorcerer.
That's cool.
This is how out of touch I am with Magic, because like I stopped playing before the idea of a two-sided card exists. Probably something that's been around for 20 years now.
Yeah.
We've got a light hologram in Ice Magic.
Ooh.
That's fucking
Ice
sick.
Magic.
Look at that.
Ice
Look at that.
Magic.
I like that a
hologram
lot.
effect.
Ooh, okay. Then we've got Charlian, Nation of Scholars.
Cool.
I don't know that reference. I should. Then just Treasure.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
We've
Hope it's
talked
not-
about
hope it's not
treasure
a
in the
mimic.
past. We all
Treasure's
love
good.
treasure.
Yeah.
Treasure. This is a long segment. And Hero on the other side.
Wow.
Cool.
And then the final card, which was at the back of the deck, is now Black Mage's Rod.
Wow. You got
Whoa.
the White Mage's Staff and the Black Mage's
Black
Rod both
Mage's
in one.
Rod.
Wow.
All right. Thank
All right,
you
Emma,
so
go for it.
much.
Here we go. Here we go.
God, I hope you get a hologram Sephiroth and your hands are shaking.
I'm scared. I'm nervous. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do exactly what Heather did. I'm going to take the one on the bottom or one on the top and put it on the bottom. So here we go. My first card is Haste Magic.
Okay.
And it's got Cloud on
Classic
there.
spell.
Cloud doing his thing there. I got Town Greeter.
Town
Sort of
Greeter.
the Hey Buddy card. Here we go. I got Galacat. It's a little white cat with bat wings.
Nice.
That's good stuff right there. Dreams of Laguna.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
It's the Orange County card right there. Then we got Lunatic Pandora.
Oh,
fuck, that's sick.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
That's
Wait, can
good.
I see that card?
Yeah, you can see it. There you go.
Lunatic
the edges.
Pandora's pretty good.
Adventurer's Inn. That's a cozy looking card.
This is awesome.
That looks really, really nice.
Legendary artifact.
Wow. Folks, we have a summon.
Oh.
This is Primal Garuda.
Okay.
Primal Garuda. I'll show it to the camera right there.
Nice.
There we go.
I feel like card guys are going to be so like we're doing something wrong here.
Yeah.
Like the way we're handling these or the way we're unboxing, like, so we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
We're sorry. We're not usual pack rippers.
We're not pack rippers.
We're just having fun.
This one is called Swallowed by Leviathan, and there's a ship inside of a monster's mouth.
Was that Lunatic Pandora shiny or was it regular?
It is regular.
It is regular. That is a 3-cent card.
Very cool.
Okay, this is huge for me. Poison the Waters. Poison the Waters. Check that out right there.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
That's what the EPA is up to these days. Their new executive order. Just dump a bunch of arsenic in the waterways.
I got another summon.
Okay.
Shiva.
Ooh,
Fuck.
Shiva's a good summon.
Shiva's a great summon. Zodiarch Umbral God.
All right.
Looks really cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Pretty good.
And then let's see. Oh, this one is a hollow. Undercity Dire Rat.
Oh, okay.
Rat
Dire
boy.
Rat.
Very cool.
Rat
Nice.
boy right here.
Very nice.
Oops. Sorry to the card ripper. Sorry.
Sorry, card guys. Card guys.
Vector Imperial Capital.
Okay.
That looks
great.
cool.
Love
great.
that.
Appears to be a double-sided card. On one side it says hero, and on the other side it says wizard.
All right.
And the wizard kind of is like a little guy.
Yeah, it's a good little guy.
And then finally, I have Cornered by Black Mages.
Ooh.
Wow, both cards in our last slots, Black Mage cards.
Black mage cards.
There we go.
All right, I'm open the sumbitch,
This is-
and then Ranch, you can take us home.
This is thrilling.
Okay, here we go. I got upside down. This bad boy on the bottom. All right, first up. Blazing Bomb.
Whoa.
Nice.
Second up. Blitzball Shot. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Blitzball.
Looks like Waka's on
Yeah.
there.
Hey.
Very cool. Love that.
Cool.
Summon Choco / Moog. Very cool.
Wow.
We got a Rook Turret.
Ooh.
Hilgigas.
Wow.
Prish's Wanderings. Rufus Shinra.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay,
whoa.
Know this guy. Legendary creature, human noble. Whenever Rufus Shinra attacks, if you don't control a creature named Darkstar, create Darkstar, a legendary 2/2 white and black dog creature token. I'll control the world with fear. It takes too much to do it like my old man.
Why are you saying that?
That's what's up. That's a fucking flavor text.
Hey,
All right.
I want you to be careful with that card.
Okay.
That's a $70 card.
Whoa.
Even just as a like a non-shiny, as just a
I mean, if you look it up on eBay,
yeah.
on its own, non-shiny, $70.
Wow.
How about that? Okay. I struck gold. I fucking rigged it.
What the heck?
I knew which one had the legendary in it.
Wow. How sad.
Yeah.
Needed the $70.
Hold on.
I'm a
Wait,
sick
I'm wrong.
fuck.
But on TCG Player, it's 8 cents.
Okay, great. Summon Fenrir
Cool.
and Unexpected Request. Matt, do you have any Q-tips? I just cast it.
I guess I wouldn't expect you to ask that.
Wow, Cloud Midgar Mercenary. I got a fucking Cloud.
Hey!
That's cool. When Cloud enters, search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. As long as Cloud is equipped, if an ability of Cloud or an equipment attached to it triggers, that ability triggers an additional time.
May I see that card? May I look at the front of that card? All right, that card on TCG Player is $24.
Okay,
So
all
that might be a real boy.
Very cool. I'm gonna hold on to it. We have Search for the Frozen Esper. Ooh. This is really cool because this has just like the straight up pixel art from Final Fantasy VI on it.
Awesome.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. And then Thunder Magic. This is a shiny, it looks like.
Wow, nice.
And then finally, am I at the back end? Oh, hell yeah. Swamp.
Oh shit!
You got to have some land cards.
You got to
though.
have some.
And
land
it's nice
cards.
that they have some land cards with the Final Fantasy flavor. That's a lot of fun. What is this? This is just an art card.
Guys, I'm scared I might get into this.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool.
That was fun. Rachel, you got to open yours.
Undercity Dire Rat. Did he do that one?
I got that one too.
Okay,
that one's
got it.
great.
Yeah,
I love the rat.
You would.
I do sort of love rats. I don't want one in my domicile. I don't want to.
Yes.
I don't want one to sort of graze me at any point. But when you go to New York City and that rat infested town, and you're in the subway and you see a rat from kind of far away, you're kind of like, that's kind of funny.
Fundamentally, a rat is a little guy, and you love little guys.
Yeah, they're just kind of my pizza rat, one of the great rats.
Yeah.
My rarest card is going for $1.19 on TCG.
Okay.
Wow.
Here we go, Ranch. What do you got?
Namazu Trader.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
A Sabo Tender.
Okay.
He looks like a cactus.
Ooh.
Nice.
Like a cactuar?
Summon Fat Chocobo.
Hey!
Very cute.
That's good. We
Love
like
that fat fuck.
Yeah.
The card art universally, very appealing.
Oh, yeah.
Cloudbound Moogle.
Okay.
Oh. A Moogle on its way to Cloud, perhaps?
Hey, is he bound? I wonder if he's bound to Cloud Strife,
Maybe.
or if it's a
Maybe he's flying in the
physical
air.
cloud, yeah, like a Lakitu.
Sages Nowliths.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Don't know
Looks
what that
cool.
is.
I guess we should be saying like I should have been saying like creature or instant or
Oh,
like,
sure.
land or whatever. But whatever. Who gives a shit?
whatever.
Who fucking gives a
Who
shit?
cares?
Yeah.
We don't do this. We're just having fun.
We're new.
What's
Get
that
off our
one?
fucking backs.
What's that one?
Instant Mad.
Instant mad.
Instant Laughing Mad.
Okay.
Instant
Very cool.
laughing
Okay.
mad.
Zidane.
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 Wow,
Can't
from Final
tell
Fantasy
us
IX.
thief.
Holy shit, wait, I wanna look at that one.
Hey. Let's look up that one. That one's he's a good boy.
This is really cool card art.
Let me see.
This is our guy, Final
Oh,
Fantasy
nice.
IX protagonist with the tail, human mutant scout, legendary creature. When Zidane enters, gain control of target creature until an opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it, it gains lifelink and haste until end of turn. Whenever an opponent gains control of a permanent from you, you create a treasure token.
I'm sorry, that's 20 cents.
He looks cool, though.
He looks cool.
Very cool, but only 20 cents.
I don't know Zidane. I gotta get in there.
Final Fantasy 9?
I haven't played it.
Oh,
You
boy.
stopped at when you were playing through the whole series. You stopped at 7, right? Or did you play 8?
I didn't play 8. I've played 1, 2, and 3, and I played some of 4, but I didn't finish 4 even.
Okay,
But
so
I
you got the
picked
Super
up-
Nintendo ones to go through as well.
Yeah,
Super
so
Famicom
I've
ones.
done 7
Yeah.
and then 16, my favorite.
Lionheart Artifact.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. Lionheart's a good sword.
Thief's Knife.
Love that.
Nice.
Sorceress's Schemes. This one's like a
Ooh.
Holographic.
Look at that. Look at
Ooh,
the finish on that bad boy.
Sorceress's Schemes. Let's look up that one.
Sorceress's Schemes. Gongaga Reactor Town.
Hey, okay,
Cool.
cool.
Summon GF Cerberus.
Okay.
Summon Titan.
Oh, cool.
And then Luca Stadium.
Wow.
Very cool.
Okay.
You know what I like about Cerberus?
What's that?
Got 3 heads.
So the main thing?
Yeah. Dog with 3 heads. Pretty cool.
You know what I like about Edward Scissorhands?
What's that?
His scissor hands.
Honestly, it's what makes him notable. That was a lot of fun.
I
like
like his
that.
I like his penis hands.
They're under the scissors.
That's the porno parody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
my brother got me for my 18th birthday.
Edward Scissorhands, first movie to ever make me cry.
Oh.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Edward Penis Hands, something else happened.
You cried because you saw those cookies
Yeah,
going to waste?
yeah. I was like, no. He didn't have a
It's a
real good.
disgusting film.
Yeah, he couldn't cut anybody's hair with those.
All right. Hey, we should.
Tried.
I like that. Nick, thank you for the gift.
Yeah,
That was-
thank
that was
you
a-
so much,
that
Nick.
was a lot of fun.
Super exciting.
Yeah, why
And
not?
extremely addictive.
Yeah.
I definitely want to start gambling and just opening packs all the time.
Yeah, that was fun.
I did some. This is a deep pandemic thing I did when I was on Twitch. I would open some basketball cards. I actually still have a stash of like Skybox like 1990 unopened packs.
wow.
And I was ripping them open, and I'd just be like just pull it like pulling a Michael Jordan from 1990, even if it was like a PSA 3 quality, it's not gonna be actually worth anything. But it's like very exciting in the moment when you do it. So
I was doing Pokemon cards
Yeah.
during that time, and I bought so many Pokemon cards during the pandemic, and they sit sweetly in a binder.
I was watching some slot machine streamers and YouTubers just because I was like,
Oh.
this is a whole world that exists.
I
that
didn't
is
even
just
know
like,
about this.
This is the thing, like you watch it and it's like immediately so compelling and it just reminds you how fucking dumb you are.
Yeah.
But it's just like, now this is so, like sitting at slot machines, like I know I am dumb, but I understand I am putting money in and sometimes getting money out. It's a, delayed reward sort of, I forget what, what of the classical conditioning, operant conditioning things it is, but like the intermittent reward or whatever the term is, the most addictive one. Like I get what is going on for, but when there's a layer of abstraction of like I'm watching someone else doing it,
yes,
but you're still like, oh, I hope this guy wins. It's just like, oh, I'm fucking dumb as shit. I got rocks in my skull.
I'm watching and enjoying random chants on somebody else's behalf,
and then like these streamers, it'll be like someone, and hey, whatever, it's fine. Like do whatever you want with your time and your money. Like it's totally fine. I'm not even being judgmental here, but like people will like give donations on the stream so someone can gamble that donation. So you're like, here's some of my money for you to gamble on my behalf, and you keep the winnings, and I'm just going to enjoy my $20 being spent by you at, like the Cheers slot machine at the MGM Grand or whatever the fuck.
This makes me think that like Running Man is like completely possible and like plausible in our lifetime.
Yeah.
That's like
100%.
That's so wild.
I think the only thing that stops Running Man from happening is the theater of goodness that we still, we're all engaged in this theater of goodness. When we finally debase ourselves and reveal the country as the ugly thing that it is, like truly, like without any of the sort of artifice.
Yeah.
Running Man will be on the next day on television.
Oh, for sure.
Like if it was their show and it was just like, whoever can drink the most piss wins money, people would be watching the piss drinking show.
Yeah.
I would be watching the piss drinking show.
I'd be the fucking champion.
I would watch somebody being like, oh, God!
Puking up piss.
I would not like it. I would not like it if they liked it.
Yeah, that's right.
If they liked it, I'm off. I'm turning on channel.
Then it feels like a
But if
fetish.
they're like, oh, God, no!
Yeah, I like it.
Get out. You
outta
can't.
here.
You're disqualified.
Get out of here.
Join the fun on DraftKings Casino, ranked the #1 online casino experience. They've got everything you've been searching for. Thousands of exciting games, huge jackpots, exclusive offers, and more. New players get a 10-day welcome offer, 500 spins on Huff and More Puff when you play just $5 to start. Download the DraftKings Casino app, sign up with code GETPLAYED, and spin your favorite slots. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days. Valid for featured games only and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends August 24th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. #1 based on Eilers and Krejcik 2H24 product analysis.
Some days, your brain needs a vacation your body can actually afford. That's where IndaCloud comes in. You juggle the chaos. You answer the emails. You even go outside sometimes. So yeah, you've earned a better way to unwind. Enter IndaCloud. Federally legal THC in the form of gummies, pre-rolls, and flour, designed to turn hanging on into fully chilling. So, if you're 21 or older, head to indacloud.co and use code GETPLAYED to get 25% off your first order plus free shipping. That's indacloud.co, code GETPLAYED, 25% off, free shipping. Just a better vibe in your mailbox. So here's the thing. Look, I got sent some of this stuff, all right? I ate one of the orange soda gummies, okay? Now, look, I'll be honest. I'm a bit of a lightweight. All right? I'm not out here blazing it. I'm not over here, insert euphemism here. I'm not doing any of that, all right? I'm not always doing it. But when I do, I like to just chill out and relax. It made me very silly with my friends, and they all had a nice time enjoying IndaCloud. It sounds too smooth to be legal, right? But it is. IndaCloud's products are Farm Bill compliant, third-party tested, and made for grown-ups who want a buzz without the need to drive 25 minutes to dispensary. And that's just a fact. Dispensaries are 25 minutes from wherever you personally are. That's just how it is. More than 50,000 people already trust them because when it feels this good, it should also feel easy. Whether you're chasing deeper sleep, better focus, or just some peace between your streaming marathons, this is how adults get elevated now. If you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float above the stress because IndaCloud, see what they did, is giving all new customers 25% off their first order plus free shipping. Use code GETPLAYED or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That's indacloud.co, INDACLOUD.co. Use code GETPLAYED for free shipping plus 25% off your first order. Fill out their quick survey when you order to support this show and make your week way more enjoyable. All thanks to IndaCloud.
Here's the thing, guys. I have been traveling recently. I went over to the UK, and I'll admit, the Wi-Fi speed, the internet speed when you're traveling abroad, those roaming data cap shit, like you have to buy like a 50 quid, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough when you're abroad and you've badly needed an internet connection with no Wi-Fi spot in sight. So you understand what a difference a local SIM card can make. An eSIM provides an internet connection wherever you travel and saves you money on roaming fees. That's where Saley comes in. Saley is a new eSIM service app brought to you by the creators of NordVPN. Here you can choose from several affordable eSIM plans in over 190 countries and 8 regions. With a Saley eSIM, you'll always have a connection when needed. Download Saley once and you won't have to install a new eSIM for each country. You can avoid scammers selling fake SIM cards outside train stations and airports, and there are a lot of those guys, believe me. There's no more wandering around looking for a public Wi-Fi spot. With a Saley, you're always connected. They provide 24/7 support, and you get a full refund if your device isn't eSIM compatible. Download the Saley app in your app store. Use code GETPLAYED at checkout to get 15% off your first purchase or go to saley.com/getplayed. That's SAILY.com/getplayed.
All right, we should talk about some video games. It's time for the question that we always ask each episode. What are you playing?
Who's drinking piss?
That's Resident Evil Merchant. That is not the question. It's what are you playing?
I thought that was what we were doing. Like we
can't
compare.
You can't go rogue
you
here.
can't audition to be the host of that show during this show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to America's favorite talk show. Who's drinking piss?
My name's Kenny from Rhode Island, and I'm drinking piss.
That's right, Katie. You're gonna drink so much piss.
Oh, fuck, I hate it.
Charlie, it says here you're a teacher.
I teach piss studies.
You're gonna love this show.
Big money, big money.
Oh, man. So, anyway, what is it? What are you playing?
That's right. That is the correct question. Resident Evil Merchant, thank you so much for being here, gracing us with your presence.
You're welcome. I love being here. I love you guys.
We love having you.
Nick, what are you playing?
Wow, RE Merchant, I will answer you. And I rolled credits on a game I've talked about the past 2 weeks, The Drifter.
Oh, wow.
I am sadly very busy with work right now, so it took me 2 weeks to get through a 9-hour game, but I did get through it. I saw myself all the way to the ending because I found it incredibly compelling. I loved it. I think this is an all-timer among 2D point-and-click adventure games. It's definitely trying to be a callback to those 90s, as I've said before, as I've said in the previous 2 weeks, but I'll just repeat myself. The 90s LucasArts and Sierra Online adventure games, graphic adventure games. If this came out as it is in 1996 and was like that first gen, second gen sort of PC CD-ROM game that had full voice acting, it would be considered a classic.
Yeah.
And I it's so great as this grimy, grim, dark aesthetic. It is also, speaking of which, something of a period piece set in the 90s. It has dial-up internet, like limited, cell phones that are clamshell, Windows 95 UX when you use like a computer terminal, which I found very appealing. It's just the whole thing of like the pre-Matrix era when just like oh yeah, this was just a better world that we used to live in, we used to occupy. But also this is like a hellish version of that. There's also just like this. Because it's this pixel art like aesthetic with sprites, but as part of that, a big thing of that they just absolutely nailed is the bold pixel art font that is different colors corresponding to different characters, which is a very LucasArts sort of thing. They did a great job fitting that in there, and it both meshes with the aesthetic, but also like feels like a callback to that era of adventure games. I mentioned in my initial impressions that it begins in a vaguely sci-fi direction, and it's kind of ambiguous, and maybe some of these things are hallucinations. As it progresses, I will say, without going into spoiler country, yeehaw, it is just full-on science fiction.
Whoa.
And specifically, it is a sci-fi thriller / conspiracy theory narrative.
Cool.
That, again, just by being a slow burn, by trickling out of like what's real, what's going on, is this a delusional man's fantasy of like, no, this is straight up like time loops, time jumps, and specifically exploring that in a way that is different than mostly what I've seen, where like a time folding back in on itself, one person initiating a time loop affects everyone's perception. So it's not just that one person has their own pocket universe they occupy, but everyone feels like something has shifted. Oh, that person went back and did this. You know what I mean? Which is just, I don't know, it's just kind of an interesting philosophical thing to think about, how that would how that would affect the world. The art direction, and I already referred to it, by Barney Cumming is top notch. Just absolutely gorgeous lighting within the pixel art framework, and some incredible environments, including this Cold War era underground facility that is so well realized, feels so lived in. And then absolutely, I've referred to this again, but previously, but some absolutely gorgeous character animation, which includes some just brutal violence, just people being absolutely fucking ripped apart. Some real nasty gore. I also love that your player character is weak and afraid, kind of the inverse power fantasy than you normally get in games. Your character is like this marginalized, unhoused man who has no resources. Nobody trusts him, not even the people close to him. He's also fragile, easily scared, easily killed. And there's a safety net built into the premise that makes death a terrifying consequence, but one that you can persevere by. You can respawn and improve and fail and win, and that whole cycle. But in the end game, that safety net is removed, again, being spoiler light here, because of a story development. And you think the game isn't going to allow your character to permadeath, but it also makes it feel genuinely tense that it's like possible, and so you're just kind of on edge the whole final act, and it's really, really compelling. I also just found it story-wise profoundly moving by the ending. It's thematically just talking about how you have to learn to live with the injustices imposed upon you, sometimes by social circumstances, sometimes by random chance, and also own up to your own poor decisions whenever you make them in life, even if they're in reaction to something unfair that's happened to you. Also just a truly menacing villain and really, really scary monsters. Like it goes back to the Hillary's. Freudian slip there. I was about to talk about history's worst monsters, and then threw Hillary in there. History's worst monsters are utilitarians.
Wow.
And it's one of those sorts of ends justify the means sort of guys at the head of it. But yeah, I just thought it was so great. Again, I think anyone who loves graphic adventure games is probably already playing this game because it's got so much buzz behind it. But I'm really glad I did. The Drifter, one of my favorites of the year so far.
I love to hear this.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it's so pleasant.
Matt, what are you playing?
I'm playing too many games.
Uh-oh.
I'm playing too many games, but I'm having a lot of fun.
You are Mr. Games after all.
I'm Mr. Games.
Mr. Games.
It's me, Mr.
Playing
Games.
too many games.
I'm playing too many games. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is fucking awesome, and I think you guys would both really love it.
I gotta play this fucking game.
It's so fun. The soundtrack kicks so much fucking ass.
Damn it.
It rules.
Okay.
It's hard. It's just like a challenging. It's a challenging video game. It's great.
Why would you sell me on games when you're already playing too many games?
I need you to suffer with me.
I can't do it
because everyone else is also is playing these for the most part too. I'm still playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. Oh, banana.
Oh, banana.
Banana.
And I'm enjoying that. That's a lot of fun. But the real thing that I'm back in on right now is Death Stranding 2.
Let's
It's been a couple weeks
fucking go.
since I've given an update. I'm not that much further than my previous update. I'm in chapter 9. I'm at the start of chapter 9, and I won't spoil anything because like things are now very spoilable at this point.
Okay.
I will say there was something that happened in it that I just went, yeah, sure. Like, great. I was just like, okay, yeah, I guess. And just sort of had to then like take it in stride. And
I
it's
love
like,
it.
it's nonsense. It's like complete nonsense, but in the best
love
Kojima way. And I'm just really, really enjoying it. And gosh, I feel like we've talked about how good the combat is and stuff. It is not. It's not even like easy combat. Like I feel like if it were easier, some of the encounters would be quicker. I feel like some of these combat encounters can take several minutes.
Yeah.
Like you're
Right.
just in there for a while.
Yeah.
Like there's these missions where then you're tasked with going and taking things out of like a base basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are brigands or whatever there are in the base, and they're like sneak in
Yep.
and go do this like undetected, but I'm not engaging in stealth at all.
Yeah.
I'm just going in and just blasting, just going crazy in there.
Yep.
Just like walking up, getting noticed immediately, and just like shooting whoever I can in the face.
Yep.
First try. And it's still like, I mean, it would honestly might be faster if I was stealthy. It would be just a little bit faster, maybe. But
Yeah, you and I think I think Heather as well. Like,
Yeah.
me and Heather have vastly different approaches to how we play these sorts of games. I always try to stealth through.
Yeah.
I got executed. I'm on, hard mode.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
got executed by one of my encounters this week in
Wow.
Death Stranding, and I was like, "Let's go!"
Yeah.
Wow.
It's great. I'm really enjoying it. I will there's times to do the stealth. I'm very stealthy around the BTs
Yeah.
because I'm just not even trying to poke the bear. I'm not
No.
trying to. What, I'm going to cause a void out?
You don't want to do that.
No way. I'm not doing that at all. But I've been really enjoying my playthrough of it so far, and it's this real delicate sort of like push and pull of the game though. Because part of me wants to just like hunker down and just get to the end of the game and
Yeah.
experience the story and just kind of like finish it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm having so much fun doing other things.
Yep.
Just like the game almost doesn't need the other things in the game that are not the story stuff is so good that you almost don't even need the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just fun to build roads and deliver packages and
Yep.
things like that. But
You almost want an
yeah.
endless mode.
Yeah.
Somebody gives have just like, hey, just fuck around.
There
Just do whatever you want.
There
Yeah.
is an endless mode after you beat the game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the first one, kind of like you sort of go back to whatever
Yeah.
before the last delivery
Yeah.
is or
Before
something.
the president or
What
something.
a clever conceit.
Yes.
That they're just like, hey, we're just going to give you a time jump to just mop up all your earlier quests. And I mean, Death Stranding 1 has been out long enough. We can
Yeah.
just talk openly about that, how they handle that. But just like the of course, what happens in the end game would make it not make any sense if you were gonna, you know what I mean? So there's
time to go back to doing what you were doing.
yeah, exactly. So just like, yeah, we'll just have a little time jump here.
Yeah.
Why not?
And so I'm just excited to keep playing it, and I just love it. I love it, and the performances in this game too. We'll eventually just dig deep on this at some
Yes.
point, but there's just some truly stellar acting in the video game.
Of
It's just
course.
unbelievable.
Well, these are stellar actors.
Yeah, honestly, just to shout out real quick,
Yeah.
Troy Baker's performance as Higgs is one of the greatest video game performances I've ever seen. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. And he's the go-to guy for this type of thing. So of course it's great. But what he's doing in this game is so nuts. And it's just such a crazy, great performance. I really, really love it. Yeah.
My buddy Van Robichaux pointed out, was talking about how Elle Fanning is kind of shifted in this sci-fi direction with some of the recent choices of I think is in upcoming Hunger Games, and then there's also Predator Badlands is a half cyborg, but then obviously in Death Stranding 2 on the beach as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very excited about her career.
Yeah.
She's making
she's
really
making cool
stuff.
choices.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Predator
She's
Badlands.
the star of my wife's movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, good shit. I'm on Death Stranding 2, baby.
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah. What about you, Heather?
Well, I also got to play about 1 total hour of Death Stranding 2 this week, so I can't speak with great emphasis on how much of Death Stranding 2 I've been able to play. I'm here to talk about the Nintendo Alarmo.
Whoa.
So last week I started to get nervous that the Alarmo was going to disappear.
Right.
And that a piece of Nintendo hardware was going to sink into the abyss and become the sole purview of collectors. And I was like, I can't let this happen. I'm the one with the hole. I got to get an Alarmo. Especially since I did see that it was sold out of the Nintendo store in Tokyo. And I was like,
oh, wow.
Oh, man, maybe they're not restocking it. Maybe they've already stopped making the Alarmo. So I got an Alarmo. What is the Nintendo Alarmo? Well, for those of you listeners who weren't following the news maybe 9 months ago, Nintendo announced an alarm clock which features soundscapes from different Nintendo IP. It comes packed in with, I think, 6 different soundscapes. Each of these soundscapes is subdivided into different themes. So, like if I'm picking The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, which was the first one I picked, of course, because I don't want to wake up to the sound of coins. I already do in my head. You have the option of like waking up to like the first setting is waking up to adventure. One of them is like waking up to a battle between you and one of the, spider looking fucking things.
Okay.
You can set the intensity of your wake up, like an aggressive wake up, a moderate wake up, or a slow wake up.
Oh.
The way that the alarm clock works is that without cameras, it can sense motion. And the theory is that Nintendo had this patented technology and needed some way of executing on this technology. And so they released this piece of hardware, the alarm clock. It also has go to sleep sounds. And first time I tried it, I set the Legend of Zelda go to sleep sound, and it was a spooky sound. And I was like, who wants to go to sleep to this?
No, I can't. I won't
I'll be
up all night.
The do 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 do.
No.
And like, but once you get past the initial,
The call of the blood moon rises.
once you get past the initial spooky sound, then it's just the really nice piano, like the tinklings of piano and owls and the sound of a campfire. And it is very relaxing. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad I chose to do this again the next night because I would have given up on sleepy sounds.
Right.
I don't know what a Mario sleepy sound would be. Like I can't, I would imagine it's going under the pipe.
Maybe him falling asleep in his idle animation in Super Mario 64.
It could be, except each Mario game has its own soundscape.
Oh, okay.
So the original Super Mario Brothers is one soundscape. So what could the sleepy sounds be on the original Super Mario Brothers? On Odyssey, I'm sure it is like a water level or something, like something sleepy. The interesting thing about the alarm is that the only way to deactivate the alarm, you can't do anything to the fucking clock. Maybe you could pound on that button there's like one big button on the top of the clock.
Yeah.
That's also a light, which is pleasant. And I know that you can set it so that pressing the button is the only way to disengage the alarm. But the default setting for the alarm clock is that you have to move in order to turn off the alarm.
Okay.
So you can roll over and it'll go into snooze mode. Like you roll over and it automatically senses that you've rolled over.
Wow.
And then it'll snooze for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your pre-established setting. But the only way to get the alarm clock to go off is to get out of bed.
Wow.
And if you set it to like a moderate intensity, the sound of the thing that wakes you up becomes more and more intense, like you're in a battle, the longer you stay in bed.
Interesting.
So you can, like, when I first woke up, it was just like a chiming sound, like a nice, like, morning soundscape. But then today I got out of bed before the alarm clock went off, and I assumed, oh, it knows I'm out of bed. So I went into the kitchen, made myself coffee, and I came back and I just heard Link in a battle with like the battle music going, and the alarm clock numbers were like shaking up and down. And I was like, oh, it doesn't know I'm awake.
Wow.
And I stood next to the bed and it registered that I was out of bed, and then I left. It is a delightful little piece of hardware. I am certain that it is going to be a failure.
Right.
Because who wants this?
Yeah, I mean, it's like so many people are just using their phones or their watches as alarms now. I don't keep my phone in my bedroom, but I do use my watch as an alarm,
Me
and
too.
that works for me.
It works because it taps, which is really nice.
Yeah. But I also had a separate alarm clock for time, and I feel like if anyone's going to be like, if anyone's going to be like, I'm pointedly not going to use my smartphone as an alarm. I want that to be somewhere else. I don't want to charge that in the bedroom. I don't want to be reading my phone at night or first thing in the morning. Then I think that would also be someone who would pick like a low-tech alarm clock, right? Like, why would they pick the Alarmo, this sort of gimmicky sort of piece of hardware?
An alarm clock that I have to like create an internet connection.
Yes.
In order to download new alarm sounds. I don't know. It's fascinating. I can see it. I can see it on my shelf in the future, and people being like, "What is that?"
Yeah. So you're saying we should buy this?
Look. The other thing is, I don't know how. I just if both people don't get out of bed, does it turn off?
Yeah, right. Yeah. What about your partner?
Right. Like Mary gets up before me, so it's not an issue.
Yeah.
But like if she didn't, what would that be all about? Or if she went, like how does it know? Maybe on those days you set it to the button push.
Could be, yeah.
But it's a charming. It looks like it's from the world of Super Mario Odyssey. It's got a great design. I don't know if you're looking at it right now.
I am, yeah. Because
it's in your Amazon cart.
It's in my Nintendo Store cart. I don't know if I'm going to pull a trigger on this, but I was like just looking at it just to see what it looks like, and it is a cute. Like,
it is cool. It's a neat looking design.
It's about that big. It's not huge.
Yeah.
It's a cute little guy.
I just like I can't think of something that would annoy my wife more.
Yeah.
than this, I think.
Do you have a theory on why they did this? Is this one of those things where just Nintendo just has a weird idea? Their internal R&D, is just like, fuck it. I had this idea for a thing. And they're like, yeah, sure, why not?
I think that Nintendo's design philosophy is do no harm. And it feels like a harmless thing.
Sure.
Right? And I also wonder if they had this patent and maybe it was going to expire or something. Like, I have no idea why they made the Alarmo. It is a baffling Nintendo product.
So it's like the Nintendo equivalent of like Warren Beatty making a Dick Tracy special because he's going to lose the rights if he doesn't. Yeah.
Exactly.
Got
it. Or maybe they were like, it's going to take so much money to develop this concept. If we don't have a way to make money back from it, then we can't put in the R&D. Like, we can't just drop that coin without some version of making bank from it. So maybe they were just like, what if it was an alarm clock? I don't know.
Because I mean, it makes sense that they would like develop this. They developed this. If they were developing this technology for like a video game, you could sort of like buy that a little bit, right? Where it's sort of like, oh yeah, in the way that like they somehow figured out 3D effects without 3D glasses. They're like, okay, this thing doesn't have a camera or like an obvious camera or a camera that we're used to, and it sense your body. We can use this non-camera sensing thing to track your body movements for a video game or something. That's kind of interesting, but they're just then like, let's just put it in a clock.
All right, so I've looked up the answer.
Okay.
The Nintendo Alarmo exists as a continuation of Nintendo's quality of life initiative, aiming to integrate gaming and health by gamifying healthy experiences.
So this is from their little step tracker days. Type of thing.
Yeah. It was
Wii Fit and
it
stuff.
was released on October 10th, 2024, and was widely released into regular stores in 2025. Nintendo first announced their intentions to create a sleep tracking device during the financial briefing in 2014.
Whoa.
Intended to mark their entry into their quality of life market. The device, which would have used sensors to track a user's sleeping habits, similar to the Alarmo, was being developed in partnership with health company ResMed, but was put on hold indefinitely in 2016. I should say it does track how much you move in bed, track your hours of sleep, et cetera, et cetera. Alarmo was developed in-house by Nintendo's motion sensor research team. As the device's sensors could detect motion without the use of a camera, it was thought the technology would be appropriate for use in a bedroom. There you go.
What a weird company. God bless them.
I love Nintendo.
Yeah,
me
don't
too.
stop being freaky, Nintendo. We love you.
Do whatever you want.
Keep Nintendo weird.
Yeah.
I'll fucking buy it.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Often we get these like advertisements on this show and I have no idea what they are and I pretend to use them in my real life. NordVPN is not the case. I use NordVPN. It is saved on my desktop. It's saved on my phone. I use it to shop in region-locked stores and use proxy delivery services. I use it to access digital content that might be like on the, say, BBC, rhymes with Y player. It is a fantastic service. You can watch sporting events and TV shows and films that aren't available in your region by switching your virtual location to a country which is showing the event. You can protect your private data like bank details, passwords, and online identity. NordVPN can switch your virtual location, allowing you to save money by purchasing flights, hotels, and subscriptions from other countries at a cheaper price. And you can protect your data whilst traveling and using public Wi-Fi because NordVPN protects you wherever you are in the world. It's the fastest VPN in the world. There's no buffering or lagging while you're streaming, and it stops your ISP bandwidth throttling. One NordVPN account can be used on up to 10 devices. It is premium cybersecurity for the price of a cup of coffee per month. I use it. That's how I get my Gundam t-shirts. To get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/getplayed. Our link will also give you 4 extra months on the 2-year plan. There's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the podcast episode description box. NordVPN/getplayed.
Let's do Tears of the Kingdom game formats / media. TIERS is for Tears, of course. We're talking about how software is interfaced on different platforms, and Matt, you're going to steward us through this.
Yeah, I do feel like we have to, at this point, sort of pull back the curtain just a tad.
Yeah.
Because we had planned this, and I had prepped quite a few options. There's a lot. There's a lot here. There's video game formats going back to 1972 to today. Yep. So there's obviously a lot of ground to cover, and I was very comprehensive in my building of the tier list. Yep. And got all of them. And I believe we were rolling prior to starting the episode, and this was Nick's reaction. Ranch, play the clip. And so what I have done is that I have this list from this Museum of Obsolete Media, and it goes by year, what they are and what they look like. So I have this up so I can see what
Jesus
on the
Christ.
Thing. But we don't have to.
We can't do this whole list.
No,
yes,
that's why.
We can.
That's
the
why.
show.
I prepped them.
Let's fucking go.
I prepped them knowing we weren't going to do them all.
We're going to do them all.
But I didn't want to not have one that we were going to not skip or something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was as comprehensive as I could be.
Look at that triangle. Let's go.
I even got game key cards.
Oh my God. What are you talking about?
Well, because I didn't know which ones to police out. Like, I didn't know which ones to.
He's the only one with a fucking problem.
We should have been. I should have showed this.
No,
on
this
the
is
show.
great. This is great. This is good.
So everybody, of course, thought this was insane because it is a lot.
I love it.
It's a lot of information. We're not going to get to all of these, but I kind of just figured I'd better have all of them just in case there's one that we feel strongly about including.
I
we
love
can
it.
skip ones that we don't care about.
I love it.
We're not going to get onto all of these.
There's no way.
Because I need my life back.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like, because I kind of knew when I pitched this that there was too much, but then you guys were both like, "This is great. That's exactly what the show is." And I was like, "Are we sure?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then now here we are. Now there's like 70 options.
Yeah, what the fuck, Matt?
I tried to get us out of it.
I think there's going to be plenty of overlap where it's like CD, DVD, and Blu-ray. It's like, okay, it's a disc.
We got pretty granular here, but fundamentally we're talking about cartridge versus card versus
cassette tape.
Yeah, versus cassette tape versus a disc. I mean, like there's only so many different form factors. Let's just get into it.
Where shall we start?
Let's go chronological.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just going to go up front and say, everything before 1990 is A tier.
Really? Okay.
Because,
honestly, that's pretty easy.
Because look. Here is an industry trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, is every car that existed before like 1930 an A-tier car? Absolutely it is. Because they're cool to look at and they were trying to do stuff. Right?
Okay.
So I would say that, all the way up until the standardized Nintendo cartridge, like your Atari cartridge is so different from your Magnavox cartridge. You scanned past something that was a fucking triangle.
Yeah. The triangle.
Let's just talk through them just for the sake of completionist. So we got the Magnavox Odyssey. You might have to embiggen that for me to read it. We have the Magnavox Odyssey.
Removable printed circuit boards were allowed to use were inserted into the Magnavox to select the chosen game.
How big were these fuckers? That's what I'm trying to know. I'm trying to figure out the dimensions of each of these game cards.
I don't have that in front of me.
All right, I'll try to look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got these ones have very long pins. They're very pinny, and then also the General Instrument PC50X cartridge is another one, which is just from the first generation. Because I guess a lot of the first generation was the console had something built into it, and that was basically its entire library.
Well, the PC50X cartridge, according to the obsolete media website, these are not ROM cartridges, and each cartridge contains a dedicated General Instrument chip. So this is like each cartridge is the system.
That's crazy. Looking at all these pins on the Magnavox Odyssey cartridge, do you think this thing's a freaking Hellraiser?
It's possible it's one of the Cenobites as opposed to megabytes.
That's called the Apodaca Wiger.
That was low effort. You guys can do better than that.
I don't know.
It didn't even annoy me. It felt like both of you were falling down a waterfall.
What the experience was, I was saying it. Nick looked like he didn't like it at first, and then found what he was going to say, and then decided he did like it, and then said his thing.
Okay.
These were the width of the Magnavox game card was about 100 millimeters.
Tiny boys.
Yeah, so these were little.
Tiny boys.
Yeah.
Let's look at the Fairchild Channel F.
Wait, so we want to slot both these into A slot. I mean, like, I would just put I think the Magnavox Odyssey one is a little uglier. I'd maybe put that as a B.
Oh, I was going the opposite.
You put that as A.
The Magnavox is A, and the General Instrument PC50X cartridge is a B to me.
This is, I will say,
it just looks like RAM you'd put into a PC.
Fucking rules.
And this one,
like imagine it's 1972, and you pull up into your friend's house who's got a Magnavox Odyssey. You reach into your pocket and you pull out all these gold chips and you throw them out on the table, and you're like, "What do you want to play, boys?"
Yeah.
That fucking rules.
Pins
Whereas like the
bent.
General Instrument 50PX cartridge, that feels like somebody invited you over to their garage and you're like, "John, it's too hot in here." And they're like, "Yeah, but don't you want to play sport?"
So
I probably do want to play sport.
They're not both in A then?
One of them looks like a cyberpunk thing, and the other thing looks like something you would see in a public bathroom.
Let's put the fucking General Instruments one in B, and then we'll put the Magnavox in A.
Let's go. I bullied my way into an A on a list that doesn't mean anything.
No, this is very important, actually. Okay, we're in the second generation. In each generation, there's more and more until we get to the more current times where there's fewer, of course.
Kind of a bell curve sort of structure is
Yeah.
the number of entrants bloats, and then again, narrows to the handful of survivors.
I had a bit of a bell curve today. After I ate my Taco Bell, my tummy got a little more full from eating the Taco Bell.
Are you losing Nick?
Kind of a bell curve if you're making the rounds in that drive-through.
The one that I went to,
Yeah.
in particular, it's the only way in and out,
Yeah.
actually. You know the one.
The second generation, we get the Fairchild Channel Fs, and these are, again, sort of like standard-looking interchangeable ROM cartridges. We've also got the Coleco Telstar Arcade, which
Now
we should
this-
spend some time on. The RCA Studio 2 is another one with this just sort of a long, wide boy cartridge.
Yeah, the RCA Studio 2 looks like the original Famicom games.
What I like about it is that it's got that sort of a thing I thought was like ugly back in the day, but now I have so much like fondness for is just like that beige computer aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I do like that sort of look
Yeah.
to it.
Yep.
And then we've also got the Atari VCS, which turned into the 2600, and that one has very familiar looking sort of blocky cartridges.
Yep.
As well as the Bally Astrocade. We got a bunch of different ones here.
These are all basically cartridges.
They basically are all pretty similar, pretty interchangeable. It's just a matter of like which aesthetics you respond to. A lot of them are black, some of them are beige,
But
some of them are gray.
there are a couple that are different, and I want to highlight the different ones, the
Yes.
unique ones. So let's go back up to that fucking triangle.
I mean, this one's S tier easy. The
What is
Coleco
this?
Telstar.
What is the Coleco Telstar arcade system? Is that a okay, so this
Because I
is
remember the Coleco Vision. I actually don't know what the Telstar was.
fascinating. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a triangular cartridge that the pins are on that aren't on the bottom. It's not like you insert this into a machine. Instead, you seem to lay this onto a machine in order to access the pin architecture. This thing fucking rules.
Yeah. This is a clear S, too, because it looks like for the year that it came out in 1977, it looks like very futuristic. Like they're like, this is going to be huge, triangle shaped.
It's very Tron.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is for the guy who came to the Magnavox party and he threw all the chips on the table.
Yeah.
This guy came and he went, "No, I've got games."
Yeah.
And he throws out triangles. And everyone's like, wow.
It's funny to think that anybody was excited about this when it was like it's like a single pixel baseball game.
I found a pic of the Coleco Telstar Arcade all loaded up. We have a cartridge that is inserted in the middle, and you'll see it's kind of like placed on top of it.
Yeah.
Like it's a like it's a rune to solve a puzzle. But then also look at what this thing is when it's all decked out with the peripherals.
Holy shit.
There's a steering wheel. There's a gun, like a classic revolver,
Oh my God.
as well as some paddles that are attached to it.
Show that to Ranch. Ranch, look at this. Look at this
What
thing.
the fuck?
We used to have it all. Imagine the PS5 had a fucking insert for a gun. That's crazy.
All right,
I love
so
that.
The Coleco Telstar Arcade is suddenly rocketing up to like
put
first place.
Put that in S
That's
tier.
an easy S, 100%.
A lot of these other ones are standardized cartridges. I'd be fine with them being in B or A.
I put the RCA Studio 2. I really like the look of that one. That one to me is an A tier. Now this is the thing, we're just evaluating looks, I guess, not functionality, because actually that cartridge might be completely these ones might fail all the time.
Oh, I guarantee that triangle doesn't work.
Yeah, for sure. But just in terms of looks,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a really cool way to deliver a game.
So that one, this is the thing. There's so many of them. This one goes in, you said B?
Yeah, put that some bitch in A.
But that's some bitch in A.
And then the other ones I wouldn't argue for any of the other ones to not be above above B.
I
Okay.
mean, what about the classic 2600 cart? I mean, this was for a moment the closest to VHS or DVD that games became. Like the original Atari cartridge is like ubiquitous until the Nintendo dethrones it.
They're sort of like, they look like monoliths. They're just like I mean, I guess they look like a book.
Yeah, they're a plain black. They have the size almost of an 8-track.
Yeah.
One cool thing about them is that they did have art on the outside.
Yeah.
So like you look at these and like some of them, you know, they're kind of fun to look at just in their just as cartridges like laid out in a row.
And also often misrepresenting the game that you would actually be
Yes.
playing.
Also, a lot of these games just absolutely sucked. The thing is, there was such a massive overproduction of these cartridges that led to the console industry collapsing before it was resuscitated by Nintendo's entry into the market. But I guess the cartridges themselves, if that's just what we're evaluating.
Just a B.
I think they're a B. I don't know. I don't think there's anything that particularly stands out about them.
And then, so would you say then everything else, like the Bally Astrocade, the Interton VC 4000, these are all then like in C?
Well, before...
Well, I do like that Volt Mace, whatever the fuck that is.
I know, it kind of looks like pills.
Yeah, there's the Volt Mace Video Master Database Games computer. Comes with what looks to be either a pack of punch-out gum or pills.
Yeah.
And this machine, whatever this is pretty incredible.
That looks awesome.
Can you click on what that machine was so that we can see what again, listener, I wish you could be here with us.
You are here with us.
I'm good where you guys are. The
Volt Mace Database Games computer was a second-generation games console first sold in the UK in 1980. It used the 1292 Advanced Programmable Video System family, all of which use a different shape or size cartridge.
Crazy.
So wait, what am I looking at? Is the cartridge like that plain milk-colored box?
Milk-colored is correct.
Yes.
That's very milky looking. Yeah, it has to be. I wonder what this little punch out thing is. I wonder if that is like red within the cartridge.
In on it so that we can see what it says.
Okay, it's it's for it's maybe for your inputs.
For the controller.
Yeah,
that's not so the cartridge.
So that's like an overlay.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, never
I remember
mind.
that from like the Intellivision when it had a similar sort of thing because you'd basically have like a numpad that you would put an overlay with that would have the.
So the only thing the Video
function.
Master has going for it is it looks like every cartridge is completely generic in like the Clockwork Orange universe.
Yes. Yeah.
Other than that, it is not a remarkable format. What a bummer.
The Video Master had a 43 bytes of memory and was capable of displaying 4 single color sprites. So just think of how limited that was.
Crazy.
4 sprites on screen, they can each be one color.
Yeah.
Matt, can you scroll back up one more time to the I think it's the keep going. Oh no, we went too far. There it is. The Philips VideoPack Magnavox Odyssey 2 also seems to have an interesting format, which is a cartridge that also has a built-in screen at the top of the cartridge itself.
Is it a screen or a handle?
Good Lord, I don't know.
It looks like it could be a handle.
It looks like maybe
it looks
a handle.
Like, it looks
my God,
like empty space behind.
Wait, how
that.
big is this?
It does look like negative space.
Is this the size of a briefcase?
Yeah. You have to like slam it in.
What the fuck?
It's crazy. Let's see.
I guess I don't know how large these cartridges are, but it does appear like it was a handle. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you have to ka-chunk it like into a fucking computer.
S tier.
Yeah.
This thing is the size of a human hand and has like a toolbox handle built into the top of the cartridge.
Yeah.
So you can smash it into your computer and then rip it out.
That's wild.
So the Philips VideoPack was the Magnavox Odyssey 2. It was the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with the Magnavox Odyssey 2. I'm not familiar with the VideoPack, but it's the same thing.
I don't know if you can understand this, listener, but what we are giving S tier to is the weirdest, coolest formats.
It's that, yeah, so far it is a triangle that you place on top of a console and then something that you have to jam.
All right, let's keep moving here.
Let's keep moving. Because, yeah, a lot of these are just like basic, cartridge-shaped things.
We get
the
to the
ColecoVision,
which
Yeah.
is a colorful cartridge with nice art on the out front, but it's still just cartridges.
Yeah.
The Vectrex, one of the cooler systems I've always wanted to own, but there's nothing particularly notable about its cartridge itself.
Yeah.
No.
The Vectrex had a built-in monitor, and that was a tall screen form factor, and it had vector graphics, which is the kind of thing that like looks so much better than the very limited pixel graphics of the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This I mean
I
it was
saw
just
one of those at the video game museum.
yeah, it's fucking cool as shit.
All right, before we zoom past it, I want to shout out the original Nintendo Famicom cartridges, which are elegant and very beautiful. Like, if you look at the Japanese Famicom cartridge, like if you look at the Zelda cartridge,
Yeah.
it's a really beautiful piece of art on the front. It's a nice form factor. I prefer the Famicom carts to the American Nintendo cartridges, and I'm not saying that to be specific or contrarian.
Yeah.
Like pull up Legend of Zelda Famicom cartridge and just look at this beauty. Look at this beast.
No, it definitely looked better, just as the box art was better in this era. Like, I mean, this is Mega Man, the example there.
The Legend of Zelda Famicom cartridge is a green cartridge with excellent anime art and a sort of inviting Studio Ghibli font on the Legend of Zelda logo. It looks like something you want to play.
It looks great. I will say that I think specifically the NES, the North American NES release of The Legend of Zelda, which was a gold cartridge,
yes,
did look very cool, and it had
equally like exciting and special,
and it had really appealing art, art on the cartridge itself. But that was not the case for all of these. Here's the main thing. The Famicom was superior to the NES cartridges. As a game delivery mechanism, as software was far superior because the Famicom fucking worked and the NES didn't. The NES was always broken because it was a slot loader as opposed to a top loader, and so it collected so much dust and debris that everyone who had one remembers blowing in it, which actually made things worse.
Yeah.
But it was like the way to dislodge any sort of dust or fuzz that was in affecting the pins there, or like having all your tricks for like wiggling it or having the console be upside down just because of the poor design of its slot loading. And so like for me, the NES cartridge is like maybe a D, just because it didn't fucking work. It was so unreliable, and you'd have games that just would be broken, or your console itself would be broken, and that was just like a fatal design flaw.
I will say that if we are saying that the Nintendo gets to be judged based on execution of the media, all of these other systems, we have no idea if any of these ever worked.
Well, I didn't have an Atari 2600, but my grandparents did, and so I played a lot of games on an Atari 2600 when I was visiting them. That did not have the same sort of issues that the NES did. Like just as a direct one-to-one comparison. Yeah. Certainly our family NES had more wear and tear than that Atari 2600 that was just there to entertain the grandkids. But like,
I'll say that Nintendo,
it was much less functional.
Validates you by when they redesign the NES, they make it into a top loader.
Yeah. But all that said, what do we actually? I guess we should just probably think of these things visually. I do think the Famicom looks better, and I would put that one above the NES if we're just judging by looks itself.
I'd put that in an A tier.
Yeah, put that in the A tier.
And I'd put the NES cartridge in a C tier.
All right, that's fine with me.
I'm good with that.
All right, great.
All right, let's keep going.
We've got the Sega SG-1000. As a Sega kid, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Not my machine.
Not my machine.
You've got the Epic Super Lady Cassette Vision.
Oh, we've talked about the SG-1000 before. Yeah, we've seen this thing.
Oh yeah,
that
we
thing
have
is
seen
nice.
that thing.
Yeah, this was a very early Sega effort that had a little joystick controller.
But guys, can we talk about the Epic Super Lady Cassette Vision?
Yeah.
What does this machine look like?
Yeah.
You got pink. All of them are pink. Pink cartridges released in Japan in 1985, aimed at the female gamer market. And the console and carrying case were bright pink. Come on.
It sold poorly. Go broke, I guess.
Yeah, but well, it doesn't seem like they went completely woke because it was bundled with a game called Milky Princess.
I do like the pink cartridge. It's really cool.
I do like it too.
It's Pepto-Bismol pink.
Yeah.
A real sort of sour pink.
Yeah.
But boy, I love the name Epic Super Lady Cassette Vision.
It's pretty good.
Fuck.
I
It's a
do
great
like
name.
that. Where should we go next?
There's too many of these. We
Hold
can't
on.
do all of these.
We're not.
We
Hold
are
on.
doing. We've been doing all of these.
Hold
We did the
on.
fucking Sega My Card.
We
Hold on.
didn't speak about the Casio PV1000.
Hold on.
What is there? What does it say about it?
Guys, hold on. The Sega My Card was something that you could slot into the Sega Master System. You could either slot in cartridges or cards
Yeah.
into the Sega Master System. And I believe the cards were cheaper, which for a time when you could purchase a game per year,
Yeah.
maybe the card.
Did this make it to the U.S.?
I know that the Master System accepted cards because I had a Master System.
Got it. I can't remember. My friend had a Master System. I remember. I remember interest in like cartridges, but it could be wrong.
Outside of
Mandela
Japan,
effect.
there was a third version released in 1986, marketed as the Sega card for use on the Sega Master System, the international version of the Mark III. I had a game called Ghost House, which was on card. It was on plain card.
Whoa.
So, as the authority, did you like the card or did you like the cartridge?
I liked both of them, but the card felt neat.
Okay.
Because it felt strange.
Well, let's put the card up a little higher then.
Like I like also it felt way too small. You were like, how does a game come out of this?
Yeah.
The
That is
cartridge-
crazy.
The cartridge made sense because you're like, oh, games are inside this. But a card, you're like, where's the game coming from?
Where are we thinking? B?
Put it in B.
Put it in B. Okay.
I like a game card.
Okay.
7800 we should rate. It was big enough where it's worth it's worth acknowledging. I don't know. I feel like put it in B or C. It's kind of fucking whatever.
Wow.
You like the Atari 7800 control?
No,
I mean,
no,
it's just
I
like
don't.
no, it's
I don't
pretty.
give a shit about
honestly,
it. But
maybe-
I am gonna say
Throw
I'm
it-
gonna
throw it in
push
fuck-
really hard for the next one.
You know, put the 7800 in D. Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
we
put
gotta
it
have
in
some
D.
stuff in the lower tiers.
Yeah. Fuck that.
The Sega Master System cartridges, what makes them fascinating is that they were forcibly exactly the same. They were visually identical. There were no special carts.
Yeah.
There was no Legend of Zelda green cart, Legend of Zelda gold cart. They were black carts with a red border, and the name of the game had to be in the same font.
Oh, I do remember this. Yes, yeah, I remember this specifically.
As a standardized play system, they were so much more boring than when I would see people with Nintendo cartridges, and I'd be like, yours is gold? And they'd be like, well, yours comes in a card. And I'd be like, yeah, but yours is gold.
Yeah.
So I want to put the Sega Master System cards solidly in C tier.
As someone who likes to organize libraries, I did like that they were uniform.
That's true.
I like to organize libraries too.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
We can.
Okay, we should talk about the Famicom disk system. This is a thing that never made it stateside.
S tier.
It's so cool. Yeah, put it in the S tier. I
Fucking
mean,
S tier.
it's just this big ass yellow, like fucking floppy disk looking thing. It's so great. It's so cumbersome. It's so unnecessary. It rocks.
It was it looked like a 3.5 diskette. Often would have expanded music libraries. So if you play The Legend of Zelda on Nintendo Disk System, the soundtrack is better.
Yeah.
And that one that's what Mother debuted on, right? That wasn't on the Famicom disk system
I
initially?
believe so.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
believe so. Look at that Sega card. Look how good that looks, though.
Very cool.
It's a cool looking thing, man.
Commodore 64 game system. I don't remember the Commodore 64 game system. We had a Commodore 64 computer at our house. Was this a separate console? Or is this a thing that was an expansion? No, this was actual console that was built on Commodore 64 guts.
It was
And
introduced.
UK and European markets
Yeah.
only. Got it. Yeah.
That cartridge is ugly to me,
Yeah, a little hideous there.
and so is the Armstead GX 4000.
I think part of what we're running into here is that I think maybe this site's very comprehensive, but there's a little bit of like, it's a console, isn't it? Like we're getting a lot of like European stuff that we're less familiar
You're gonna
with.
fucking sit here and tell me that the Dendy was a big fucking deal? Dendy?
Boy, mate, it's a Dendy.
It's a fucking Dendy, isn't it?
All right, let's go to the fourth generation. Now, here's one I always coveted. I always thought was cool. My friend had a TurboGrafx 16 that releases the NEC PC engine in other territories. Again, going back to the cards, the Hue card I thought was so fucking cool, and they were so fucking little. And I would put the Hue card up in A or maybe not S tier, but I put those up in A tier.
Put it in A tier. Cards should be in A or B tier.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's solidly an A.
Yeah.
The Mega Drive cartridge for Genesis.
I like that they were black.
Pretty nice. Pretty slick looking, I gotta say.
They're very cool looking.
Yeah. And this continues Sega's tradition from the Master System in black cartridges.
Yeah.
So if you like a black cartridge, that's a solid B or an A tier cartridge.
Okay, now here's where we get into things. Because we have our first just straight up CD. The PC Engine and the TurboGrafx 16 had a CD expansion, which, the games like Ease and Lunar, I believe, were first on the TurboGrafx 16 that had these animated sequences that were pretty stunning for the era. And some, like orchestrated music. I can't remember if they had speech or not. I think some of them did have some limited speech. This is the first entry of a CD form factor. Are we going to rate each CD individually? We're just going to say where CDs
I
rank.
think CDs.
Okay, so CD as a game format, I think are S tier. Because
think so
it was
too.
so consequential, and also I just like looking at a CD. I think it's a cool looking thing.
I think a CD is S tier, and I also think that it was such a staggering leap.
Yes.
Like suddenly having full orchestras in your living room, suddenly having video on your games was crazy.
Well, you're going from like 8 megs to like 700 megs. It's like a gigantic gulf between the bulkiest cartridge.
Boy, I love our S tier. Triangle, briefcase, Nintendo disc, and CD-ROM.
Yeah,
all our top shapes.
Man, some of the best shapes are up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so all CDs are
S tier.
Are S tier.
Yeah, Atari Lynx is D tier.
Yeah, put that down there.
Fucking the Atari Lynx
Kinda
cartridges
ugly.
were too large.
Basically, Atari's aesthetics in general were pretty. I'll say their logo. I like their logo, but I think a lot of their hardware and software is pretty unappealing.
But up next on this list is the original Game Boy cartridge.
Love those cartridges,
which are both pleasant to hold, pleasant to look at, and at the time, if you didn't have a Sega Master System, were shockingly small.
Yeah, I will say too, fun to insert.
A lot of fun to insert.
The act of inserting a Game Boy cartridge into a Game Boy is satisfying in and of itself.
Yeah,
100%.
You get like a little chunk.
Yeah, I think that could go in S.
I'll throw it up there. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but
yeah, I'd put it in A tier.
Okay,
I'd put the original Game Boy cartridge in A tier. Excellent format.
Okay,
all right, let's keep going.
All
right, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, we have to handle these differently. The Super Famicom were sort of rounded, beveled, and the Super Nintendo were these big blocky chonkers. I like the Super Famicom
big blocky
hardware.
chonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the Super Famicom hardware and software better. I think it just was like much more aesthetically appealing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the way, I mean, like I have nostalgia for it, but I didn't like the way they redesigned the Super Nintendo for Western markets. And so I would put the Super Famicom, I'd put that probably in A, and then I'd put the Super NES maybe in C. I think they were kind of ugly. I don't know. Does anyone want to argue with me?
No.
No, but the way I have it, I only have the one, so I'll grab the other one later. So I'll just put this one in A.
We'll placeholder it. We'll know where it's going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push for the next format to be S tier, and that's the Neo Geo cartridge.
Hell yeah!
The reason being, they were enormous.
They were so fucking big. They're the size of like VHS tapes.
They're larger than they're larger than a full Switch.
Yes, yeah.
They're
That's so
hardbound
nuts.
books. and they cost like $250 a piece in like 1995 money. It's insane.
They could you could line up 4 Genesis carts side by side to be the size of a Neo Geo cartridge.
That's nuts.
Knowing that they existed and were out in the world and never actually seeing them except in like a game magazine.
Yeah.
Like you would see them being like held in a game magazine and you'd be like, what am I looking at?
What is
strong men are holding it up? Where do we think we're putting this?
S. Put it all the way to the fucking up there.
Put it in an S.
I got it. I still want a Neo Geo. I'll never not want a Neo Geo. I used to covet like Magician Lord so bad. It'd be just like, oh, that looks so fucking cool. These games are so big and they're so expensive.
Yeah.
It's got to be good because the console costs like $800.
Which adjusted for inflation is probably $2,000 at least.
Absolutely fucking batshit.
Where to next?
The Sega Game Gear.
Sega Game Gear.
Now here was a I think this is also an A tier game cartridge. Here's why. 1, it's black. 2, it was more ergonomic than the Game Boy games. There was a slight lip to the top of the cartridge, which made it easier to pull out of the back of a portable system. Go ahead and look at it. Look at that little game. You see that lip? So easy to pull in and out.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
It was.
You need something like that.
It was excellent. Excellent little cartridge.
I mean, the Game Boy cartridge has a little bit of a little thumb.
Yeah, it's got like a thumb.
Yeah, it is very functional as well.
I'm pushing for them to be identical.
Okay.
Not above.
I mean, Game Boy is clearly better than the Game Gear overall as a system.
What the fuck are you talking about?
But the Game Gear, I mean, of course,
in almost in every single way, it's better.
It had a color screen, the Game Gear did. But it's just
and it was lit.
Yeah, and so you'd get like 40 minutes of battery life.
Yeah, it ran on 20 batteries.
I am quitting the show.
What, you guys defend the Sega Nomad next? What are we doing?
I will defend any Sega product.
Okay, there's the Super Nintendo separately. Yeah, we can put that one. I think that's probably in C. I mean, honestly,
that's an ugly looking cartridge,
it looks like
man.
shit.
It kind of looks like it. Fucking
I have so many
ugly.
great memories of playing Super Nintendo games. I just never really loved the cartridge aesthetic.
Yeah, it's an ugly.
Put it in D.
Holy shit!
Who cares?
No, put it in C. It's not D.
Oh, here's where I'm struggling.
Yeah,
it is nicer than the NES cartridges to me. I like it more, but they can't. So they're in the same one. So I think that maybe the NES cartridge gets bumped down.
Well, they look like they come from the same design aesthetic.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they kind of belong together.
Okay, they can be together.
Honestly, looking at them next to the Master System cartridge, the Master System cartridge is a B compared to those two.
It's kind of true.
Because like the Master System at least had like, I don't know, it was trying something.
All right, bump it up. Who cares?
Bump it up.
Well, here's the thing, Nick. We care.
I'm having fun. Let's keep going.
We do care.
We'll
and then there was a Neo Geo CD as well. A whole bunch of CDs.
What about the Laser Active LD-ROM?
Okay, so we got to talk about laser discs.
Go.
Here's my argument: laser discs are big CDs. CDs are S tier, so that means laser discs are also S tier.
Yes.
I think laser discs are so fucking cool.
They're so cool and they're so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
You ever watch like a movie on a Laserdisc player?
Yeah, I watched. I remember I watched the original Star Wars on a Laserdisc.
It's so great because you watch Star Wars on Laserdisc and you have to flip you have like it's 2 discs that you have to each flip.
Yeah.
So you get to like a pivotal moment and it just stops. The movie just stops and you just have to flip it over.
Gentlemen, child Heather begged her parents for a Laserdisc player.
Yeah.
My parents found a used Laserdisc player. I don't even know how you find used stuff back then. And they bought me a used Sony Laserdisc player so that I could watch movies on Laserdisc. And they were like, "What is this?" And I was like, "It's like a record player, but a CD." The first movie they got me was Jurassic Park and widescreened.
Oh, nice.
And it was a religious experience.
I'm sure.
Like even now, it's not as high resolution as a DVD. But it was so much better than a VHS tape that it felt like you were at the movies, especially because you could see the whole picture.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I loved my Laserdisc player.
It was a combination. The viewing experience that I had was really cool because it was like a combination Laserdisc, projector, sort of thing.
wow.
So it was just really, really cool.
I follow a lot of people on TikTok who are just doing that. There's a guy who was
They're all clinically insane.
There's a guy who has like a mint condition Sony basement with like the high, like a Sony projector from like 1985 that at the time cost like $70,000 and now doesn't matter to anybody. And it's got a format for movies that I've never seen, which is like a cartridge with a disc inside of it.
Whoa.
Like a 1980s mini disc except maxi disc.
Wow.
And it's watching the guy like load these things in and play like Star Wars on formats I've never heard of. It's so
crazy.
Nice.
I love it.
Okay, so we got a few more CDs. We shouldn't skip past these. I mean, we should acknowledge that we have these. Scroll up a little bit. We have the Sega
Saturn.
Yeah, we have the Sega Saturn. You know, we have the 3DO, which was also the Commodore Amiga CD32.
The Sega 32 or the Sega CD.
Yeah,
you know, like all these cartridges.
But we should pause at the Atari Jaguar, which is one of the more hideous console designs of all time, and I think that the cartridges is equal. I have a pic pulled up of the Jaguar with the Jaguar CD attachment, a controller, and a cartridge library. Look at this, Puke City.
Yeah,
that fucking ugly as shit.
This cartridge looks like a video game cartridge that has like a discarded Mastacholi on the top of it.
Yeah.
The thing about the Jaguar that sucks is that it looks like what the worst guy you know thinks is fucking awesome.
Yes, yeah. That's fucking sick as hell.
Yeah.
It's fucking black with some red highlights.
Yeah, we could blast rails right on top of this fucking thing.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
Is this our first F tier?
This looks awful. It looks like a paper towel roll. Well, it's just like fucking. It's ugly.
Put it in F.
I put an F tier. Why not?
Fuck that.
Fuck the Atari Jaguar.
Yeah. Then we have of course. And then the interesting thing about this list is that it has then like memory cards, which I didn't include.
I think they're kind of a different thing for our purposes. Sony PlayStation CD-ROM, of course, goes with CDs. Sega 32X.
The 32X cartridges were identical to the Genesis cartridges from the outside, so I don't think we need to re-rate them.
Okay.
I mean, they're slightly different, but not super different.
We have to talk about this one.
All right, Virtual Boy.
Let's go. Listener, the Virtual Boy cartridges were wide and flat and small. They were a strange shape, larger than the Game Boy cartridge, smaller than a Super Nintendo cartridge. And they only were on the shelves for less than a year. Like a fucking elf that walked into a game company and then walked away.
Yeah.
I love the Virtual Boy, and there is no way that cartridge belongs anything higher than B tier.
All right, great.
What? Nick just wants to get out of here.
Let's let it live and be. You made your impassioned case. I think that you're the authority. You're the one who owns a Virtual Boy.
Casio Loopy.
Yeah, this is what we can't abide by. We can't abide by this. The next big one then would be the Nintendo 64 cartridge.
Now, I do like the Nintendo 64 cartridge, and I believe this was one that was like standardized globally. I do think this one is like the best of the Nintendo cartridges. I don't know. I mean, like it's nice and blocky. It's rounded at the top. It's not too big.
It conformed to the shape of the Nintendo 64.
Yes, it looked very appealing when it was in the console itself, which is an important qualifier.
I do think it might take a ding because it comes at a time when everybody else had moved on to CD.
Right, sure.
And Nintendo stubbornly stomps their foot and says, no, we're doing cartridges.
The one thing that it had, the one big advantage that it had at the time is that, you know, most of these CD drives were like 1X, 2X, 4X. They were very, very slow. And you were dealing with punishing load times. And so it was refreshing, even though you were dealing with all these other deficiencies, to load up a thing, something in our cartridge-based format and just get right into it.
Yeah, you turn on Mario 64 and it starts.
Yeah, and then you don't have to wait for load times in between levels and all that shit. I mean, like some of the Saturn port of. There were like some Saturn fighting games where it would be a loading, like a character coming on screen, and a fighting game would be a separate load, and it was just like it was so tedious.
So where are you going to put that Mario 64 cartridge? Are you putting that in A tier?
Yeah, I think it can live up there.
All right.
With the Game Boy?
Nick, I defer to you.
All right, great. Let's keep going.
Okay.
After that, we have what's the next big one that jumps out?
God, I forgot about the game.com. Holy fucking shit.
How could you forget it? It's your electronic.
TigerElectronicsGame.com. Click on that sumbitch real quick. So this was a portable controller, I believe. Yes, this was a handheld, and it just absolutely flopped. Tiger was making all these cheap sort of single function games. Like it would just be an all-in-one piece of hardware that would play like one like word puzzle game that would retail for like $30.
Game.com had internet capability in a handheld format and had a larger black and white screen than the Game Boy with a touch screen.
Mm-hmm.
So they were throwing everything at the wall with this thing, and it absolutely flopped in every direction.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was a dial-up connection is the whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I was picturing Wi-Fi. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I'm like, no, that wasn't a thing then.
Imagine having to plug your portable system into a landline.
The Neo Geo Pocket Color. I think these cartridges are pretty cool looking.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
SNK logo on there, nice and rounded.
Very
Yeah.
sleek.
Yeah, a gray colorway similar to the Game Boy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like those are a fine like B entry.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going here.
Yeah, Game Boy Color, same cartridge format. We don't need to retread this. Let's talk about the Wonder Swan.
Hell yeah.
Wonder Swan cartridges were very similar to what the Game Boy Advance cartridges would be, but slightly wider.
Mm-hmm.
I've demonstrated the Wonder Swan here in your company.
That's right.
I think that this is an A-tier cartridge.
They look really cool.
They're cool little guys.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of a wide guy.
Oh, wide guy.
Yeah, when it's wide,
Tiger Wiger?
hey, you know, that might be my new name. When it's wide, I'm on board. The wider the better, I say.
When it's wide, you say, let's ride.
That's right.
What else?
I thought that was good.
So yeah, both the Wonder Swan and the Wonder Swan Color, very similar cartridges and very, very fun to play with, very fun to hold. A format that was not released here in the United States was the Nintendo 64DD.
Yeah, similar to the Famicom disk drive, it just did not make its way stateside, allowed for some more expensive games.
Fucking rules.
Yeah.
Look at that
Very
fucking
cool.
format. God damn
looks
it.
awesome, yeah.
Put it in the A tier.
We don't deserve it here.
You know what we're not doing here? We're not really digging in on PC form factors at all, which is fine. We don't need to get into it. We could make this be the console format list. That's fine. But like, so many of the games I played as a kid were on 3.5-inch floppy disks, you know, and so that's a format I think about a lot. I mean, before that there were 5.25 floppy disks. My dad's Commodore 64 did have some cartridges and some. I feel like there was a tape drive, although I was very young, and so I don't remember playing any games off of the tape drive, but they did exist. But I guess we're not really covering any of those. But just the invocation of the disc formats is reminding me of 3.5-inch discs. The thing about PC games is that once they started getting bigger in that sort of interregnum before CD-ROMs took over and fully consumed the marketplace, and when games were being released on dual format because not everyone had CD drives, some of those games would be like 9 floppy disks because they had so much and they were like just compressed to shit, so they would take forever to install.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a fun process of like getting a new game, and then in the same way that you get a new console and you download the updates, and there's kind of some fun to it of just like getting a new game and like I'm putting these 7 discs in one at a time and waiting for each of them to install.
Yeah.
And then the game doesn't work, and then I got to figure that out. You know, it's like,
Oh, I put the 6th disc in front of the 5th one.
well, you could fuck up like that.
Yeah.
Usually they would detect
We're
that.
almost to my favorite game format of all time. So I'm really excited as we near terminal destination here. The Sega Dreamcast GD-ROM is just a CD-ROM.
Yeah.
And the way you know this is that you could
Goddamn ROM.
You could burn Sega games
Easy.
to a regular CD. The Sony PlayStation 2 CD-ROM and the Sony PlayStation 2 DVD. DVD is the first. This is the first DVD format.
I do think GD-ROM should have its own slot.
Oh.
Because it did have more capacity. It was a 1 gig capacity CD. And it was, they had I believe it was like a double density format. Like you could write to the disk twice basically. It just pack in effectively twice as much, not quite twice as much storage data. So I think by virtue of it being Sega and it being a disc format, it did allow for some slightly more expansive games. So if we're putting CD and Laserdisc in S, I think the GD-ROM should belong up in S as well. Although it'd be kind of funny to put it in A just for being Sega.
If we're gonna put the GD-ROM in S, then we're also gonna have to put DVD in S.
Well,
yeah,
the reason
GD
GD does belong in S is that it was easily copyrightable. You could easily pirate those games. DVD goes in S also.
Yeah,
DVDs are good.
DVD was around for a while.
I mean, yeah. It was also like you started to have these formats be standardized across different platforms. That was DVD. Nice. The Game Boy Advance. Okay.
This is an insane choice, by the way. The image that is attached to this, the Game Boy Advance game that they picked is Sonic Advance. It's just not the choice I would make.
Here's the thing. I did like these guys. Again, very wide.
Yeah.
If it's wide, it's all right. I like that they were wide and they were easy to insert and take out.
Yeah. Well, I love the Game Boy Advance cartridge.
Game Boy Advance cartridges look like candy. They should be eaten. I like it.
Yeah. And they were little.
What are we thinking? A or S? What are we talking about here?
I will put it in S tier, but I expect no pushback on the greatest format of all time.
I can't wait to hear what it is.
Let's keep going.
I'm putting it in S. We'll see. GameCube. The GameCube disc is little.
It's a strange little guy.
F tier.
Whoa!
F fucking sucked.
What?
It sucked.
Why did it suck?
Because it was not like it looked cool, but I mean like it like that it was a little game, but it had like a way less storage than a DVD. And the only reason they did it was Nintendo's stubbornness of like, well, we don't want our games to be like we want to have some proprietary format that's not easily piratable.
He puts it in F tier.
I don't know.
I didn't have GameCube, so I can't speak to it. I will say
dumb.
I think it's dumb.
It looked cool. I guess we're just judging on looks, and that's mostly what we're doing. Then I guess it's higher because it was like a little CD.
It looked so fucking cool,
but it pissed me off.
Put it in B.
All right, fine. Put
it
in
B.
In between where it should be up in S tier because it both looks cool and is a disc.
I have a complaint about it.
What?
And I think the complaint can safely lodge it in C.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The complaint is the cases that they came in are the same size as DVD.
Excellent.
I think small discs should have been smaller case.
I agree.
Excellent complaint.
You could add cute little cases.
Excellent complaint.
Doesn't make any sense.
It goes in C tier.
I think we should add a tier, and it should go in G tier.
Wow. Fucking
proprietary tier for a proprietary format.
Wow. These are all. So many of these are proprietary.
Should I add a G?
Yeah, add a G tier.
What the fuck?
And just put the GameCube
No,
one in.
at least add a P tier for proprietary.
I think it's G for GameCube.
I'll put it in G.
It's in there all by itself.
It's in there all by itself.
All right, let's keep going.
Let's keep going here. How about the Nokia N-Gage card? Y'all remember that?
Who gives a shit?
Who gives a
Put
shit?
it in F.
Yeah, fuck that.
The Nokia N-Gage. I wanted an N-Gage so bad.
You did?
Because I was like young enough that I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Because that was like 2003, 2004. I was a teenager, so like I was like, wow, it's a phone and I can play games. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That it hadn't happened yet, but I quickly learned that it wasn't great.
Okay, I love the DS and DS Lite. I think it's just like those. And DSi, I mean, they're all using the same sort of thing, but those little cards are really fun.
Yeah,
they're
little.
really fun,
really tiny,
easy to lose. I gotta say.
Oh,
that's a good point, and that could be a case to bump them down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I could see. I think it could go safely in B.
Yeah, let's put them in B.
B is good for it because you can they're getting lost between couch cushions. They could get vacuumed up. They might be too little.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is what you were driving at, Heather. The PSP UMD. Is this what you wanted to make a case for?
S tier.
It's crazy that you thought there was going to be any pushback about this. It is the best one on the list.
It is the coolest format for games of all time.
It might need its own tier.
All right, make an S plus.
The UMD Well, like, first off, nothing felt more futuristic in, what was this, 2003? Whenever this fucking thing came out, 2004? Like, a tiny disc inside of its own little protective case so it doesn't get scratched.
Really
Holy
good.
shit. Like sister to the mini disc. Oh,
it's really great. It's impossibly loud.
Plus, you get one that just had Shrek on it.
Yeah.
Just watch the movie Shrek.
I still have my Reign of Fire UMD.
My PSP came with 2 God of War video games, Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta. One of them was digital, one of them was on UMD. And it came with the film Kick-Ass on UMD, which I then immediately watched on the PSP.
In 2004, watching a movie in your hand like that was like to be on an airplane,
unbelievable,
and throw in a movie on your little handheld guy. I thought for sure it was going to win.
Because your other option was to buy a specialized portable DVD player, which was not super functional outside of just travel.
What is this? What is the VTech V-Flash?
This seems like it's like a thing for kids.
Yeah, but it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I don't remember this at all.
Wow, this looks awesome.
Aimed at children ages 6 and up.
So the cartridge looks like a Pac-Man ghost. It is a hard format protecting a CD inside.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a CD-ROM and a special caddy that help protect the disc from scratches and fingerprints caused by careless handling by children. It is a really cool format.
I got to say real quick, just to shout out the website that we're pulling this from, the obsoletemedia.org website is very comprehensive. It has a lot of great information.
Incredible resource.
Holy
Unbelievable.
Shit. Wow.
This is great. It's an edutainment-based sort of thing.
I mean, CD inside of a ghost goes in A tier for me.
So wait, we're gonna rate it. I'll put it in the A. Why not?
CD inside of a ghost.
It looks cool. I like the way it looks.
It looks fucking awesome.
The rest of these, we're now in the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I think Blu-ray also has to go in S.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Blu-ray
I mean, I
goes
guess
in
we could compare the discs against each other and probably just decide some, in terms of relative import. But I don't know. They were all pretty impactful in their own way. I guess the Blu-ray was maybe the one that was just maybe you can make the strongest case for that not being an S just because it was so incremental and because also you're entering into the era where both these games are all coming, a lot of these games are being available digitally, but it doesn't really look right to slot it into A.
No.
Just fucking leave it in S. Who cares?
We'll leave it in S.
All right, let's keep going.
The Vita game card.
This was too small. These were too small.
Yeah.
And they were such a step back from UMD. I know that they have an enormous amount of space on them and everything. They're too small.
D tier.
Vita in the D.
Vita the
D
system,
tier.
S tier. Vita the games,
yes.
D tier.
Oh, absolutely. No question. Nintendo 3DS, sort of same problem as the DS one, but a little bit bigger still than the Vita ones. We have DS and B.
Even by 3DS, I feel like I had some physical 3DS games, but I was playing a lot of these digitally.
Yeah. We could put this in C.
Yeah, sure. That's fine with me.
Put in C tier.
Then we're just at the Switch cartridge. The Switch cartridge actually too small, but
too small.
It has funky taste if you put it in your mouth, and so that's so you don't eat it.
Yeah, I guess the funky taste could maybe put it a little bit higher than a C. I don't know. I think that's maybe a C
but
tier
you
as well with the
also have
Vita.
the neat cases for the Switch.
The cases
games.
were cool. The cases do. I mean, if we're evaluating that pluses it up a little bit.
The good cases with a strange taste.
I can go and see, and it's not the cartridge's fault necessarily. There's a Sonic bias on this website because why would the Switch game be not a Nintendo game but Sonic Mania? It don't make no sense.
They're having fun.
They're having a lot of fun. They're having a bit of a laugh. Now we're at the Ultra HD Blu-rays. Now this is too incremental and it cannot be in there.
Yeah, I think
whatever.
it's nothing. We don't need to rate the Ultra HD Blu-rays.
Yes. Those are the PS5 and current Xbox gen.
So then the last physical format is the Switch 2 cartridge.
Switch 2 cartridge, and there are two different ones. There is the regular base one that has the games on it, which is I think maybe C tier also because it's the same thing, but it's red.
Yeah.
Honestly, red might bump it up to blue, or to B tier if I'm being honest. The red color is pretty good. But then they also have cartridges that are game key cards that don't have a game on them but
F.
have a digital
Those are
license on
F.
it.
F tiers.
Those are F for sure.
That's an F tier.
And then what we don't have on here, of course, is digital, which is a format if we have to think about it. It's not a physical format, but it's a format nonetheless.
I think we can say these are physical console
Okay.
formats that we're evaluating. I think that's the way to think of this.
I gotta be honest, looking at all of this obsolete media, I thought there was going to be weirder formats. And these are surprisingly standardized.
Did you forget about the triangle?
I didn't forget about Triangle, but all the stuff in S tier, Triangle,
Yeah.
Briefcase, Nintendo Disc, Laserdisc, all of these are unique, but everything below it is cartridge.
They found a few sort of standard formats and just things started just falling into a not uniform, but just like some general buckets, like cartridge or card or disc, and then that ended up how everything just kind of shook out.
I'm really happy with the UMD up in S+.
Me too.
That's probably the happiest
That's
I am
fun.
about all of them.
I feel like we could reread what these are, but it would be very hard because some of them
Yeah.
are very unfamiliar to us.
Yeah.
You have UMD and S+ tier. You have Triangle. You have Briefcase. You have Nintendo Famicom disk drive games. You have CD. You have Neo Geo cartridge. You have Laserdisc, GD-ROM, DVD, Game Boy Advance, and Blu-rays, all in S tier. In A tier, you've got a Magnavox original. You have some kind of weird Milky cartridge.
I cannot believe you're doing this.
You got some other kind of cartridge. You have Sega game card. You have Genesis cartridge, Game Boy cartridge, Super Famicom cartridge, Game Gear cartridge, Nintendo 64 cartridge, and Wonder Swan cartridge, as well as CD inside of a ghost in A tier. B tier is, I don't remember what this fucking thing is that Nick liked. Atari games, Sega card, Master System cartridge, Virtual Boy cartridge, and Nintendo DS cartridge. C tier is exclusively Nintendo properties. You have the Nintendo NES cartridge, the Super NES cartridge, the 3DS cartridge, and the Nintendo Switch cartridge. In D tier, you have Atari 2600, or is it the 76? 72? I don't know. The Atari Lynx.
That was a 7800 and
7800.
7800, the Lynx and the Vita.
PS Vita. In F tier, you have the Jaguar, the N-Gage, and the Switch
Game key card cartridge.
key card. And finally, in G tier is the Nintendo GameCube proprietary disc format.
That was a waste of everyone's time. Let's do a segment.
I
had a good time.
I had a great time.
I did have fun.
And I did say, are we sure we wanted... This is...
I don't know how listenable it was, but I've had a really nice hour.
I don't think any of this is listenable, but it's nothing out of character for us. Let's get to our segment here.
All right. It's time for another Segma Dreamcast, folks. We're going to cast the film adaptation of the Kojima classic, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Yes, Delta is on the way. Yes, this is a fan casting exercise where we will hypothetically cast a movie adaptation of a game. I guess we're going to do Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater.
So we're starting with the big guy, number one. Well, number one on the call sheet, Naked Snake.
He's gruff. He's got a lot of gravitas. Voiced by David Hayter. It's definitely has a distinct look to him. I honestly feel like he's a little young.
Yeah.
But we're almost at a point where you could put Austin Butler in a Snake role. Now, he might be better for a write-in. We might want to save him for that.
That's pretty good.
I just kind of feel like this is in Butler's wheelhouse.
Yeah. It's tricky.
Maybe we go with an older actor for this one.
What about from Death Stranding 2, Luca Marinelli?
Yeah, sure. Why not? That's pretty good. Honestly, Austin Butler could have a great time in a lot of the roles in.
I'm gonna say Butler's too young, even though this is a younger Snake. I think this is probably the wrong fit for him. I just always got Butler on the brain.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: he's good.
He's good.
He's really, really good. God, who's like
He's Elvis and he's Feyd-Rautha Harkonnen.
He's also
deep in character.
A master of the air.
That's right.
And he's a fucking bike rider. This motherfucker loves riding bikes.
He's basically got. We got to get this guy in a fucking boat movie, and he's got all transportation locked down. Gosh, because you want sort of like who's like a there's. I don't know if there's there's not a young tough guy right now. We don't have like a young sort of like, I don't know who like the young action star is currently.
Well, I mean, this is a Hollywood problem, and also just like a general sort of problem is that we're not allowing opportunities for young people, or there's certain like young. There's not the same sort of class that exists among younger generations. I don't know. It feels like if you were going to go for a more established guy, like Christian Bale could kind of pull off a Naked Snake, you know?
Isn't Christian Bale too old at this
point? He probably
point?
is too old, but I mean, I'm just like in terms of having the look, in terms of having that sort of beard, I think you could pull it off.
What about this?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's too young too. What about Superman?
All right, let's throw Superman in there.
What about David Cornsweet?
He is too young, but he's hot as shit.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see him with a beard.
I'd love to see him with a beard.
Oh wait,
in
what
fact,
about
I'm looking
that
at
guy
a beard
who was,
right now, and I'm liking what I see.
Before?
Yeah. Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
Cavill might be too big, is the thing.
He might be too big.
But Cavill might have a role elsewhere. Okay, I think we got some good Naked Snake options. Let's keep moving.
Yeah. The Boss. Now, this is, of course, Naked Snake's mentor. And
this is the woman that played Dedra in Andor.
Oh.
That's a great pitch. I was going to go, my mind goes straight for Cate Blanchett. Lydia Tarr herself.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
Denise Goff, is that how you pronounce it? The actor who plays Dedra on Andor? She is awesome. She actually is the perfect type for this as well.
Yeah.
Couple of good options.
She's great. Cate Blanchett.
Yep.
I would almost even throw in a Kate Winslet if we're throwing Kates around.
Winslet is
because you kind of want her to be sort of like a teaching figure to her too.
Yeah,
you know?
you can see it. You can see it.
I have a stunt cast idea. Britney Spears.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
isn't Britney Spears kind of like the age could play the boss?
Fucking sense at all, dude.
Can you imagine that? Britney Spears is the boss, and then you watch the movie and she's fucking great.
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen.
That happens sometimes. Like it's a performance.
We've seen her in a movie before.
But I'm just saying, like, it's been playing a Britney Spears type. We haven't been like, hey, disappear into a role as the boss.
It's not gonna happen.
I've just never heard a Nick Wants to Go Home answer more ever in my life.
Yeah. It's not fucking Britney Spears. Nick's done. He wants it out of the fucking podcast. So do I, but I'm not answering incorrectly.
Yeah. I think that's a good pitch.
I think if it's
No, it's not.
it's the pitch. Here's the thing. I could hear it being said.
Yeah.
I could hear it being said. I don't know if I'd hear it being said in the year of our Lord 2025. Maybe in 2003 if they're trying to adapt this movie when the game is new, maybe. But I don't think anybody's like, let's get Britney Spears in a movie right now.
But you're not doing it for, you're doing it for, like, first off, she does have a lot of, people know who she is. She has a large fandom. And I know that there's a little bit more of a regal quality of the boss that maybe Britney does not necessarily evoke.
Yeah.
But it's more like, hey, that's unexpected, and oh, wow.
Let's see what she's going to do, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess I would, here's the thing. I'm seeing the movie no matter what. I gotta go.
I'm not seeing it if Britney Spears is the boss.
The boss is 42 years old as of the events of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
Snake Eater. So.
All right. So then moving on, we have Revolver Ocelot. So see, now this is where I think we can get Butler. We get Butler in a sort of like gunslinging creep kind of.
Yeah, how old is Ocelot in this one? I mean, certainly, he's significantly older when you're seeing him in Metal Gear Solid, but that's also like much 30 years in the future.
We can't. So okay, so if Naked Snake is Superman, we can't do this. Nicholas Holt's a great Revolver Ocelot. That's a home run.
Throw him in there.
Nicholas Hoult would be a great Revolver Ocelot. I think he'd have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, he'd be perfect for it.
Hey,
He looks just like him.
Yeah, he's got the same eyebrow arch.
Yeah.
fuck it. One and done.
Yeah, that's great. We don't need anybody else.
You sure you don't want to have Britney Spears play this too?
I honestly kind of think that Nicholas Hoult could also be Naked Snake. Like, he's like a very versatile actor. He's very good.
Interesting. The thing is, there's just like so much, like I not in the same movie because like there's so much like clones and such, and that it would just confuse the lore.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So after Revolver Ocelot, who's next?
We have Colonel Volgan, who's the Electric Man.
Right.
Now this, you go somebody who's like a heavy, like a classic sort of like big tough guy for sure.
He's already, he's kind of already in the Kojima ecosystem via Death Stranding. I kind of almost feel like this is a Mads thing.
Yeah, it could be a Mads.
Pretty good.
Could be a Mads.
I like Mads Mikkelsen in that for sure. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
Mads.
Look at him.
It's Mads 100%.
He's born to be Volgan. He's Volgan.
I also like he's a little old.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren, I feel like is maybe kind of the
Lundgren's
inspiration
not
for him.
Really a bad pitch. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah. It's not bad.
It's also not bad.
Like you could see Dolph like kind of being like, "Oh shit, Dolph is back." He fucking brought it as Colonel Volgan.
What age is Dolph Lundgren pulling around right now? 67 years old.
Yeah,
okay.
he's doing great.
Isn't he like some kind of genius or something?
He is extremely smart. Yes. Yeah. I think he has a degree in like biochemistry or something like that, and he's one of those guys who is just like a big brainiac, and then someone was just like, "Hey man, you look like that."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, I guess I'll be a movie star.
I guess I look like this. I better be in movies."
Yeah.
Okay, so then after Colonel Volgan, Sokolov. Now this is where I can see my man Stanley Tucci having the time of his fucking life.
Tucci would crush this.
Tucci would crush this. Buscemi would crush this.
Tucci would maybe have a little too much fun is the thing.
Yeah.
What about the guy who played John Adams?
Oh, Paul Giamatti? Paul Giamatti is Sokolov on the poster. That's fucking great.
Can I also say just like kind of a play against type as a famously bald actor, and you let him grow out the wings a little bit? It could be fun to have a Statham in here.
Yeah, Statham doing like a true like character piece. Yeah, give him a mustache. He doesn't really have facial hair. I could see Jason in there. Yeah, why not? But he's still trying to do like an accent. He's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what it is.
Sokolov, you're from the Isles, aren't you? I was born there.
Yeah. My parents are Russian.
All right, good enough.
Okay, Eva.
This
is a tough one.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande would be great. I think you kind of want, Ariana Grande. I mean, here's the thing. Put her in any movie, and I'm like, this is going to be great. She's
extremely talented.
Got star quality. She would be great in this. How about,
this is the whole thing of just like, I just don't know young people.
Who's
young? Ranch, who's young?
Yeah, Ranch, who is this character?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You know what? We were talking about earlier.
What about Sweeney?
Yeah, sure. Sweeney could pull it off.
That's exactly who we want to cast right now.
I was going to say, I feel like we're already again in the ecosystem, the Kojima ecosystem, and definitely we were talking about her sci-fi roles earlier. I feel like Elle Fanning could be a
Elle Fanning would be a great Eva.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Fanning.
Get a Fanning in there. Why not?
Yeah, put a Fanning. Okay, who's next?
After that, we have Major Zero. Now, this is where you could have Dolph in a kind of fun.
No, that's Kevin Costner.
Oh, Costner as Major Zero is fucking great. Heather, that's really great.
That's who that is, though. That's who that guy is.
Costner.
Costner has one note. He doesn't want to be Major Zero. He wants to be Major 100.
Yeah.
All right, I guess.
Yeah, sure, whatever. And I want to be a rank higher than Major.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what? Costner is Major Zero. That's really fun. I don't have a note for that. That's great.
Yeah, we're
You know
done.
what, you know what's great is if you keep Costner around for Metal Gear Solid 4, he gets to be aged into this.
Yeah, that's really good. And then he's like, why did I join?
Yeah.
He has to do in so much work. That's really, really funny.
Basically, for audio listeners who are from, he basically looks like when they take Darth Vader's helmet off at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Wait, but I think I got one.
Yeah.
I think I got one. Costner's great. But when we eventually shoot a couple weeks and Costner walks, we get Cranston. Cranston as Major
Yep.
Zero is pretty good.
Yep, Cranston is 0. Perfect.
Because then he'll have a fucking blast.
Being in a pod
the
or whatever,
sequel.
yeah.
yeah, he'll have a great time. That's really good.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Either of those older white men.
Yeah, absolutely. And then finally, we have the Cobra unit, which is, of course, the fear, the sorrow, the end, the pain, the fury. I kind of have an interesting idea.
Go for it.
It's the same guy
Okay.
doing all of them.
Okay.
That's a fun way to go. I was going to pitch you stunt cast it with NSYNC.
You, Nick is mad at us for some reason.
You
This is so crazy.
you almost said you fuck.
I almost lunged at you. Here's the thing. It's the exact right number.
Exactly.
And
That's
it
what I'm
is-
saying.
It is fun. Okay,
It would be
so
fun.
Obviously,
You give Timberlake the meatiest role.
No.
No, Timberlake's the sorrow for sure. JC is the fear. You have Joey Fatone as the end.
How do
Yeah,
you know
Joey
these
Fatone,
names?
put Fatone in the prosthetic makeup, give him the big beard. You have the time of his life.
You have Chris Kirkpatrick as the pain, and then you have finally Lance Bass as the fury. That's a home run.
I feel like we want to see Lance Bass's pretty face.
Yeah, he's gorgeous. You have to actually, you know what? He's the sorrow, and
Yeah.
Timberlake is the pain, and then Kirkpatrick, is the fury.
Great.
That's fun. I like it.
One and done.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I kind of was thinking that maybe like David Dalsmashian would be a great the pain. He'd be a great bug guy.
Great actor.
Oh yeah, he fucking rocks. He's so great. Who's like a fun old fuck? Like to be the end.
Well, I think Cranston, if Costner takes 0, the end could be Cranston.
We were talking about him before the record.
Here's the thing. The end is 100 years old.
Yeah.
I think if you can get like, hey, Robert Duvall, you
Yeah.
want to come out of retirement, you're in your 90s. Hey, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
You want to fucking like we are going to get a guy who is super duper old but still can bring it and in
pretty
a
good.
role that requires limited mobility.
Yeah.
I mean, like it would be it could be a kind of a fun swan song for someone to just come in there, an older actor, a legend to come in there and just ham it up a little bit.
Either way, when the Cobra unit comes out, big pop in the theater. Everyone's going crazy because they're just like, "Oh my god, look at all these big stars."
Holy shit, it's in sync.
And if NSYNC's not available, we'll have the Backstreet Boys do it,
Yeah.
and that's okay too.
We can go out to O-Town as
Yeah.
a third S. That's this week's Get Played. Our producers, Rochelle Chen, Ranch, Yard _ Sard. Ranch, what are you streaming these days?
Literally still silent.
Do you think it's are you not having as much time to get to it, or is it so scary that you can't get further than you are?
I've been playing maybe 3 to 4 hours
Okay.
once a week. So
Okay, yeah, it's a chunky game. There's a lot to do.
It's a big boy. Our music is by Ben Prenti, benprentimusic.com. Our art is by Duck Brigade Design, duckbrigade.com. Get Played merch at kinshipgoods.com. And hey, Get Animate, our sister show, is over on Patreon. Matt, what are we watching this week?
We're watching Birdie Wing, and let me tell you something. We're hitting a bunch of balls, and some of them are going straight in.
Birdie Wing Golf Girls Story over at patreon.com/getplayed.
Who got played?
A whole bunch of different game formats.
Britney Spears, please answer our email.
That was a HeadGum podcast.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kyle Mooney.
And what's up, everybody? I'm Beck Bennett.
And man, we got something to tell you.
Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
Yes, it's a brand new podcast on HeadGum.
That's right. And it's called What's Our Podcast?
Yep, and that's because we don't have a single idea what our podcast should be about.
Yeah, we don't. So we actually have guests come on and they tell us what they think our podcast should be about, and then we try it.
Yep, guests like Mark Maron, Jack Black, Brittany Broski, Kate Berlan, Bobby Moynihan,
Meg Stalter and Tim Balls.
Landon Axler,
Joni McGreeves.
Reese, and Dender.
And Dender. New episodes release every Wednesday. So subscribe to What's Our Podcast
on YouTube or any of your favorite podcast platforms.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do it right now.
Hi, I'm Alana Hope Levinson.
And I'm Dan O'Sullivan.
And this is The Outfit, the new podcast from Higher Ground and HeadGum.
You know, we're two journalists who are slightly obsessed with the mob and organized crime and other nefarious stuff like that.
Every week, we're going to bring you a story about a mobster. Some you've heard of, some you definitely haven't. But all of them are going to help explain why America is like this.
See, the mob explains all sorts of things, from milk expiration dates to why we got into Cuba to Las Vegas.
Gay bars.
Who knew?
Who knew?
The mob's involved.
All that and more. Subscribe to The Outfit wherever you get your podcasts and watch video episodes on YouTube. New episodes every Thursday.